Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
Throwing strikes, being efficient with our pitches, making those routine plays, and having a great approach at the plate. So I'm just keeping things simple and just building up that team chemistry as much as possible, I think will help you win some games.
1-2. Swing and a miss as the Sodbusters strand the bases loaded to keep this a tie game.
This one is bounced back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes Printer around third.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
To the left side and through for a base hit. The go-ahead run scores as Jensen delivers once again.
This one, the lightest of light hits. He gets an RBI single.
I think it's just a great experience, getting kids from all over the country to come in and play together.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
It is Sodbuster Baseball. Thank you for joining us back at Duncan Field for another ball game for your Hastings Sodbusters, taking on the Independence League best team, the Casper Spuds. It's game 3 of 4 here in this midweek series where Casper has won 2 very, very competitive games against the Sodbusters, as they have now won 20 straight games. So the Sodbusters will try and break that for the 3rd time tonight. Casper 5-0 in the season series, with 2 games left tonight and tomorrow before these 2 teams will meet in Casper for the weekend for 3 more games. So theoretically, the best the Sodbusters can do is settle for a total season series split, as 5 games remain between these 2 teams before the end of the 2024 Independence League season. I'm Ryan Valenta. Steve Stein's with me in the booth. We've got our usual crew tonight here ahead of our 6:35 start time. Coming up on our pregame show, we will have our next episode of the Sodbuster Spotlight as Steve visits with Luke Ray, one of the many Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys that has come to Hastings in the past few summers, and we get to hear about what Luke's been up to and all the good things that he is up to this summer with the Sodbusters. Hastings and Casper, game 3 of 4. We'll have our starting lineups, our Sodbuster spotlights, and then we will get things rolling with Casper trying to go for the series win today. This is Sodbuster Baseball. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com. It is the Sodbuster Spotlight as we visit with Luke Ray, who's played a variety of roles for this Sodbuster team. Luke, another Arkansas Tech guy, talk a bit about how you came to be a Hastings Sodbuster.
You know, Scott and Coach Dawson have a good relationship, and I talked to JT Cafferty a little bit, so that's how I kind of got that connection of coming up here.
What has been your experience? How have you liked it here in Hastings?
I've had a blast so far. Just all the guys have been great so far. The baseball's been fun. We're doing pretty good right now, so yeah, it's been fun.
Tell us a bit about your role at Arkansas Tech. Did you get much playing time in the spring?
This past spring I didn't get that much. I was more of a defensive replacement guy, but I was there if they needed me, and we had a pretty good season, so it was a lot of fun.
I was going to say, really good year. Talk a bit about the program at Arkansas Tech. It's one of the better D2 programs.
Yeah, we finished three-way tie for first in the conference this past spring. You know, it's a lot of great guys on the team. We got a special bond there at Tech, so hopefully we can continue that next year and have another good year.
Talking with Luke Ray. Where's home? What's your hometown?
It's Dardanelle, Arkansas, which is about 15 minutes away from Tech, so nice and close to home.
When you decided to go to college, was it, okay, I want to stay close to home, or did you think about, I want a new adventure a long ways away?
There were different possibilities. Tech seemed to be the best option, though, so I had another school in Kansas that I was looking at, but Tech seemed to be the better option, so that's where I went.
Was it always going to be baseball, or did you do other things in high school that maybe could have led to college opportunities?
No, it was always baseball, so yeah.
And, of course, you play some infield spot. You've got a chance to pitch. Has that been a realistic thing at the college level, or is this something a little new?
Not as much at the college level. I pitched a lot in high school. I had one college that looked at me for pitching, but so I haven't done much since high school, though. So. We're
talking with Luke Ray. He is one of the guys who did a little bit of everything for this Hastings Sodbuster team. What were your goals for the summer? What were you hoping to improve on as you hit the field here at Duncan?
Hitting was the main thing. I just wanted to get a lot of at-bats, see a bunch of pitches, and try to just get more comfortable in the box, work on my timing a little bit, and just get a little bit better at the plate.
And I think of a couple of ABs. I think you were up against a guy who's throwing 90 miles an hour, able to put the ball in play up the middle to bring home a run. Was that kind of a step forward, even though maybe it was an out, but you're able to put the ball in play and bring home a run?
Yeah, no, I was just looking, like you said, to put the ball in play, just get another runner in. But, he was throwing pretty hard, so I knew I had to be early timing, just hands quick to the ball, but it was good to get the job done there.
I mean, there's a lot of games in college, but did it prepare you for the day-to-day grind of summer collegiate baseball? Have you ever gone through anything like you're going through now?
No, this is definitely a new thing for me, but I'm starting to get the hang of it more. I had a break kind of in the middle of the season. I went on a vacation with the family, so that was nice to have a little break there, but it's been good to get back into the swing of things here.
We're talking with Luke Ray. He's our Sodbuster Spotlight. Talk academics. What are you studying at Arkansas Tech?
So I'm doing mechanical engineering at Tech, and then I have like an associate's in nuclear technologies. It's kind of like a backpack off of the mechanical engineering degree. But
that is a very aggressive major, particularly playing baseball. Is it tough to keep up with the studies at that major and to play 50 games in the spring?
Yeah, the spring's always a little difficult, being gone a lot, but all of my teachers have been really good working with me, like just turning work like ahead of time or taking tests ahead of time or whatever I need to do to stay on top of the schoolwork.
I would think when you take a mechanical engineering major with something nuclear on the side, did you kind of have an end goal for this major, or is that still open you to do a lot of different things?
Not necessarily. I knew there's a lot of good job opportunities with this major, so I had an internship lined out if I didn't come up here to play with the Busters, but obviously this worked out, so I was happy to do this. But so there's still a lot of options for me once I get done and graduate and stuff. So
pretty cool deal. Are you a big baseball fan? Do you follow the majors? Do you have a team?
Yeah, the Cardinals are my favorite team, so yeah.
Being in Arkansas, we've heard a lot of Cardinal fans in Arkansas. Is that kind of the team since it's the geography of it?
I guess, because it's them and I guess Texas, the Rangers would be the next closest team, or the Royals, I guess, but yeah, mainly Cardinals from Arkansas, I guess.
Any favorite players of the present or past that you really like in terms of St. Louis Cardinal lore?
Growing up, it was probably Albert Pujols and Yadier Molina, but they're both gone now, so I guess I'd have to say Tommy Edman. He's probably my favorite right now that's on the team.
He's Luke Ray, and he is our Sodbuster Spotlight. I'm Steve Stein.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
A highly anticipated Game 3 of this 4-game series where the Hastings Sodbusters will try and get their first win of the series, and they will have to go up against Goliath once again. The Casper Spuds 30-4 coming into the game. The Sodbusters 21-14 with their 2 consecutive losses here at home against Casper. And I mean, it's just been great baseball each night so far, Monday and Tuesday. 1-run loss for the Sodbusters on Monday, where they were oh so close to tying it up in the 9th and potentially giving Casper a run for their money in extra innings. That's exactly what they did last night. A game that was dominated by the bullpen middle of the game. Several zeros put up until Casper got to Hastings in the 8th inning, taking the lead with 3 runs in the 8th inning to lead by 2. And the Sodbusters tied it up in the 9th inning, had the game-winning run on third base with 1 out and could not push it across. Oh so close, but no cigar, as Casper blew it open in the 10th inning with 5 runs to really seal the deal and put the pin in the balloon of the Sodbusters in Game 2 last night. So with Game 3, it is, I mean, you feel like the Sodbusters get stronger every time they just have an inning against these guys. They know what the Casper's all about, and they've hung really tough with them. It has been just an excellent series so far, and you feel like it's, you know, a batter fouling off a bunch of pitches in the box. You feel like they're just getting stronger every time, and like the chances tonight, Steve.
The unfortunate thing is today you've got the dude for Casper. I mean, they've got a lot of pretty good guys, but they're going to go with Ty Volmer. All he's done is go 5-0 with a 1.36 ERA. Won his first 5 starts, had his first relief appearance last time out. Now, he's going to be going against a guy who had his best game as a Sodbuster. Dalton Juden had a no-hitter going into the 7th of a 7-inning game and settled for a 1-hitter, and he's probably going to have to match zeros against this Casper team because it's going to be tough to score, you would think. Now, one never knows, and you're kind of hoping that maybe Volmer's due to have an off day, and maybe today is that day, and hopefully Hastings comes out with a lot of energy regardless. But you want to talk about a tough coaching job. You've got Danny Weiser in his 3rd game, and now you have to lift your team up after 2 really gut-wrenching losses, particularly yesterday when you had the winning run at 3rd base and 1 out and couldn't get it done in the 9th. So what does this team have left? Mentally tough. The leaders on this team really have to come through. It is going to be an exciting and a tough proposition for this Hastings squad as they try to knock off the best team in the league, who now has won 20 games in a row.
Just an outstanding and absurd number. I mean, even the Chicago White Sox, one of the worst teams in Major League Baseball, they get lucky once in, maybe twice in a couple of 20 games. So this Casper Spuds team, they'll be remembered for a long time, especially for this season in this Independence League. We're going to go to now our starting lineups presented to you by Quality First. First, we will introduce the visitors from Casper. Their starting lineup is Cody Clausius, who leads off and plays first base. Chase Burke bats second and plays center field. Dylan Schlotterback bats third, plays shortstop. Josh Phillips in his usual cleanup role as the designated hitter. Chandler Stocking gets the start at second base and bats fifth. Matt Marsick batting sixth and playing left field. Jackson Bates gets his first start in the series against Hastings. He bats seventh and plays right field. Parker Burtz behind the dish again. He bats eighth. And Hunter Billingsley also getting his first start in the series. He bats ninth and plays third base. As Steve mentioned, the dude for Casper on the mound today, Ty Volmer. Already made 1 start against Hastings this year and got the win against the Sodbusters on the road. For the Sodbusters, Drew Vega leads off and plays second base. Ryan Jarvis bats second, plays first base. Sawyer Duddleston bats third and plays right field. Cale Jensen in the cleanup hole batting fourth and playing left field. Dino Morales bats fifth and plays third base. Josh Printer bats sixth and plays shortstop. and we'll get you the last few after the national anthem here.
By the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball. Let's do so. Let's bring you the Sodbusters starting lineup again. Got halfway through, but run it down from the top. Drew Vega bats first and plays second base. Ryan Jarvis bats second, plays first base. Sawyer Duddleston bats third and plays right field. Cale Jensen, the cleanup hitter, playing left field. Dino Morales bats fifth and plays third base. Josh Printer, the six-hole hitter, playing his usual shortstop position. Yamato Sato gets his second consecutive start behind home plate, and he bats seventh. Nathan Massar back in the lineup after battling some elbow issues. He will be the 8th place hitter and the designated hitter. Finally, Alexiel Delgado is the 9th place hitter and plays center field. Dalton Juden will get the start for the Sodbusters today, a guy who has been one of the guys who has started consistently, and he's had his issues, but also had his very good outings as well. That last outing, as Steve mentioned 8 days ago, a no-hitter with one out into the 7th inning until it was broken up by a up-the-middle single, and Dalton finished out the outing only allowing one hit. And for a Casper team, Steve, that loves to swing the bat and gets on seemingly almost every other time in some aspects, Dalton's going to have to find the strike zone tonight and keep mixing in those pitches very well.
Yep, it is going to be a big challenge for Dalton, and really first pitch strike is the key for him, like most pitchers. Don't want to give these guys free passes. It's a Casper team which hits .311 anyway, so you start handing out free passes, start making mistakes defensively behind them, and you've seen the last couple of days, just takes one little mistake, and they are off to a big inning. Had the error in the 10th inning, and the next thing you know, Casper's got 2 triples and 5 on the board.
I mean, the extra bases, specifically the triples last night, they were absurd. 4 triples here last night, 3 by Casper and 1 by Hastings. And 2 of those triples for Casper came in the 10th inning. And Duncan Field, the large, spacious brick walls out in the outfield, they provide a lot of room if balls get over outfielders' heads. Dalton Juden, a Broward City, Florida native, he and his brother Fred, York University guys, and Dalton will be making his 6 starts this evening. He has pitched a total of 20 innings, has a 1-1 record, 16 hits, 16 runs, only 15 earned, 17 walks, and 23 strikeouts to the tune of a 6.75 ERA. His numbers sound a little elevated, but Dalton has been, feel like, a lot better than the numbers indicate. First batter of the game, Cody Clausius, up in the leadoff spots tonight. Clausius was the 8th hole hitter back in his previous 2 contests, but gets the nod to lead things off tonight. Dalton misses with a 0-1 pitch. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. First pitch, pretty much right on time at 6:35 p.m. 85 degrees here at the ballpark. Winds picked up a little bit today. There's a opposite field hits. It's inside the line, and Clausius hits the bag at first and will pump the brakes there with a well-placed leadoff single, and Clausius continues to kill the Sodbusters this series.
And why is he at the leadoff spot? Because he went 2 for 4 in the first game of the series and 3 for 6 yesterday. So now, how about 6 for 11 in the 3 games here in Hastings?
And on the season, 7 hits, now 8 hits for Clausius, who's batting just a shade under 500 against the Busters. And he's on base with a leadoff single. Chase Burke is the next batter. Burke, a Minot, North Dakota native, goes to fellow GPAC school, Jamestown University. So he might have played a couple of baseball games here, with Hastings College being in the same league as Jamestown. 305 for Chase on the summer. He's also hit Sodbusters very well in the 5-game series so far. 6 for 16. With 2 triples and 6 runs batted in. Pitches across for a strike. That's according to home plate umpire Steve Craze. Frank Williams doing the field duties out today. He was our field umpire last night. Dalton's 1-1 pitch. Floats in there for strike 2. Part of Dalton's arsenal, you can expect him to throw a 4-seam, a 2-seam fastball, a circle changeup, and a slider. See what he comes up with the 1-2 counts. It was the slider that spins out of the zone, and a good take by Chase Burke. Burke last night came on in a pinch hit role, and he was the guy that got the Spuds back in front in the 8th inning with a 2-run triple. That was before the Sodbusters tied it in the 9th, and then he ended up walking in his other plate appearance in the 10th inning. Count has now run full after being 1-2. Sodbusters did struggle with the walk a little bit yesterday, and there is one. It's up high, and Dalton loses his man. It's a walk to Chase Burke, and the first 2 have reached against Dalton Juden here in the 1st inning.
Had a lot of fluidity in the early part of that batting order, but he really tried to aim that last pitch, and that was nowhere close. And first and second, nobody out. And Casper trying to put an early crooked number on the board after having a big inning to end the game last night.
Casper has scored first in both games so far this series. A trend that they are not too far away from continuing if Dylan Schlotterbeck can get a hit. He takes up high for ball 1. Schlotterbeck's been another one of the guys who hasn't maybe had the exact numbers versus Hastings, but the numbers he has had have come up in gigantic spots. Schlotterbeck put the nail in the coffin last night with his bases clearing triple in the 10th inning, which saw the Spuds send up scoring 5 runs and really not give the Sodbusters a chance to come back, even make it close in the 10th inning. And Schlotterbeck's triple last night was just the 3rd hit for him against Hastings in 5 games this season. He's ahead in the count 2-0, make it 3-0, as Dalton's missed with 5 straight. Wind blowing out here at Duncan Field tonight. Sight that we don't see too often. Blowing in kind of from right to left field in the east to southeast direction. So with nobody out and 2 on, 3-0 count, got to assume the take sign is on here. It is, and it's just outside for ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Bases loaded for Casper with nobody out.
Another good night for baseball. 87 degrees at game time. Really the hottest of the 3 days so far. It's going to be a little warmer than that, and get near 100 over the weekend here in this part of the state.
The game by the numbers. Take a look at the season stats for both sides. Casper hitting .311 in their 34 games, as they have had 91 extra base hits in those games. That is an eye-popping number. 60 doubles, 15 triples, which they had 3 of them last night, and 16 long balls. So time to put out the fire that is assuredly going to be ignite here if The Sodbusters can't throw a strike. 7 straight misses by Dalton Juden. It's 2 balls and no strikes. He had Chase Burke 1 ball and 2 strikes, but has not found the strike zone since. That pitch misses. That looked pretty good. Yamato Sato asks where that pitch was. Looked pretty good according to our flight scope. That's no call from home plate umpire Stephen Craze, and Juden in danger of walking in the game's first run. It's right across there for a strike that time, and gets a little wry applause from the sparse crowd at Duncan Field tonight. Bases loaded, nobody outs. The 3-1 pitch, it's popped up. It is in the shallow outfield. Drew Vega drifting out, and he makes the catch. The infield fly rule was called by the home plate umpire, Stephen Craze. So it would have been an out regardless, and it's the big first out of the inning, and Sodbusters needed that.
No kidding. I'm really almost surprised that he swung 3-1. Wanted to see if they maybe make him throw another strike, and that's a big pitch for Juden, and maybe he can now roll a grounder and get out of this with no damage done.
That would be something, wouldn't it? Dalton will see what he can do, and what a stop by Yamato Sato. My goodness. A pitch over the head and maybe behind the head of Chandler Stocking, and Sato not only gets a glove on it, but puts the squeeze on it. And mark that one down if the Sodbusters escape trouble here in this inning. But not counting our chickens before they hatch just yet. The 1-0 pitch right there for strike 1. All started with a leadoff single by Cody Clausius. He stands at third. Chase Burke walked. He's at second. Dylan Schlotterback walked. He's at first. Chandler Stocking crushes one to deep left field. Cale Jensen going way back, and he will make the catch on the run. It's deep enough for the runner at third to tag and come home. A long, loud RBI sac fly for Chandler Stocking, and the Spuds score first for the 3rd straight game in the series.
Good job for Jensen, a guy who's been playing left field now here for 2 summers, having to battle the sun, and got a good break on it. And again, Juden a chance to get out of this with minimal damage. You'd certainly settle for 1 when it was bases loaded, nobody out.
And a force play still available at every base, as the other 2 runners were anticipating the ball to get down and were ready to come around and score, so they had to retreat as they did not think about tagging up there. So Dalton Juden is 1 out away from getting out of bases loaded, nobody outs, with only 1 run across. Pitch count a little elevated so far in this first inning. Here comes pitch number 23. It's to Matt Marsick, who takes just high for ball 1. Matt Marsick back for his 2nd season with the Casper Spuds. He was the Independence League leader in hits in 2023, but hasn't quite replicated that success so far this season, but still has a .280 average coming into today's game. The 1-1 pitch from Dalton to Matt Marsick. They tell the runner to go back, but nothing doing there, and the breaking ball misses just outside, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Marsick, one of the Texas guys, one of the several Texas guys. If you threw a dart at the entire roster, it would be very likely you'd hit somebody from Texas. He's an Arlington, Texas native, and going to try and plug the gap in left center field. He will. 1 run is in. Marsick on his way to second. The ball is still rolling around there. Delgado finally scoops it out. The throw to the home plate is way offline, and Marsick's too busy celebrating at second base, so he will stay there. And it is a 2 RBI double for the Spuds as they put a crooked number on the board here in the first inning.
Good teams get it done with 2 outs, and Marsick, what looked to be a single, Delgado did not have a good angle on that one. I don't think he thought it was going to carry that far, and it skipped right by him, allowing an additional run to score, and Marsick very easily could have been at third on the overthrow, but has to settle for a 2-run double, and Casper with the 3-0 lead.
At least the celebration was cool, I guess. Marsick drives home a couple. His RBIs number 34 and 35 on the summer season. It's the 7th batter of the inning now, Jackson Bates. First time we've seen him in a starting role this series. He came on as the pinch runner, the free runner into the 10th inning last night, who scored. Otherwise, haven't seen him yet. Up high, 1-1. He is the beer batter tonight. If you're not familiar, the beer batter strikes out here at Duncan Field. The fans in attendance enjoy discounted adult beverages of the Sodbusters' choosing from night to night. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jackson Bates. Bates, a Benicia, California native, one of the SAGU guys, the Southwestern Assembly of God University. That's where head coach James Batten is from. He has led this team to 30 wins this summer so far. Dalton trying to get out of this with 1 more strike. A towering fly ball to left field. Cale Jensen ranges over to his right. He puts the squeeze on it for the 3rd out of the inning. The Spuds break through in the 1st against Dalton Juden, and Sodbusters will have to come back for the 3rd consecutive nights if they want to break this Titanic winning streak. Ty Volmer toes the bump for the Spuds. We'll have the bottom of the 1st inning after the break.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
The bottom of the 1st inning will feature the Sodbusters in a 3-run hole early. The Spuds doing what they do so well, putting the runs on early and often, and they will do so behind one of their best starters on the team. It is Ty Volmer. He's also returning Spud. He is the 3rd guy who has the 3rd most innings on the team and will be making his 6th starts, his 2nd start against Hastings. He saw the Sodbusters back on June 4th and pitched very well, 7 innings, got the win, only allowing 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Not a big strikeout guy by any means, just has the stuff to induce weak contact right at his fielders, and that's going to be his biggest success on the mound, is just giving us the Sodbusters off stride and putting bad swings on baseballs. That is the name of the game for the Spud starter tonight. It will be Drew Vega, Ryan Jarvis, Sawyer Duddleson, the first 3 to greet Ty Volmer. He's a Casper native, attends college at Bethany Lutheran University, and spending his 2nd season with the Spuds. It's a 3-run lead, and see what the Busters can do in their black uniforms. High strike called on Drew Vega for strike 1. Oh, man, we already have barking from the Hastings dugout. Steve Craze, the home plate umpire, says, knock it off, it's the 1st inning. My goodness. Just shows you what this series has been like. High energy, and especially in last night's game, too. The umpire had to bring head coaches together in the 10th inning, and what we can only guess, telling the both teams to knock it off. But Sodbusters passionate. They want every call going their way. They're frustrated that they've lost 2 close games and going to be leaving it all out on the field tonight. The 1-2 pitch to Vega. Swing and a miss. And Vega goes down on strikes. The first out of the inning on a strikeout by Ty Volmer. Told you he's not a big strikeout guy. He's only struck out the most of 5 guys in 1 outing, but pretty much the rest of his outings either been 3 or less, but he leads off the game with a punch-out.
And pretty unusual. Vega, very good contact guy, but unable to make contact with Vollmer.
Ryan Jarvis is the next batter, which he takes down low. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Ryan Jarvis. Been a nice addition. Him and his buddy Nathan Massar at the bottom of the order, the Saginaw Valley State boys. Macomb, Michigan native. Chopper right back to Vollmer. He'll have plenty of time to chuck it over to first, and he does so in time. It's 2 up, 2 down for the Spud starter.
You're hoping for a little battle here in the bottom of the first. It'll take some 2-out magic. We'll see if Sawyer Duddleston, who got last night off, if he is itching to go here batting in the 3-hole.
Can only imagine one of the veterans on the team getting the night off. It's never fun, especially when you're one of the guys who is so vocal and loves the game like Sawyer does. Maybe he had, well, whatever it was, it's into left field. It's a base hit. Sawyer Duddleston wasting no time on the first pitch, singles to left field on a breaking ball from Ty Vollmer. And that breaks up the no-hitter with 2 outs in the first inning.
And Duddleston has been on an upswing. Now 7 for 18 in the homestand. He was hitting .353 on the homestand to raise his batting average to .303 coming into today.
Him, like many of the Sodbusters, hitting much better at home than they are on the road. Pickoff throw to first and back in time. Spuds in their usual purple jerseys, where we saw them with their black, kind of pickle green and powder blue stripe jerseys. Those were their good Donate Life jerseys. Donated to raise the cause. Going with their purple jerseys with white pinstripes tonight. Cale Jensen will try to keep the line moving with 2 outs. Jensen got the night off initially, but he was called upon in the 9th inning to pinch hit. And he got the Sodbusters on the board with that first run. And kick-started that line. He throws it over to the second baseman, who makes the catch on a soft line drive. Chandler Stocking has no problem with it. The 2-out single is left stranded, and it's 3-0 after the end of the first inning. Second inning coming your way on Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook. Second inning of the ball game. The Hastings Sodbusters taking on the Casper Spuds, who have the 3-0 lead after 1 inning of play. Spuds did that last inning, sending 7 batters to the plate, recording 2 hits. They were walked twice, and they have the advantage so far. Dalton Juden will go back out to the mound to face 8-9-1. Parker Burt, Hunter Billingsley in the top of the order, scheduled up. And for the Sodbusters, who have had so much fight in them the past 2 days, you hope that's still there and didn't waste all of the comeback energy in the couple of games last night and Monday. Tough hill to climb, but Sodbusters have done it before. Parker Burtz swings and misses, quickly down in the counts, 0-2. Burtz, last night's game was 1 for 3. He singled home a run in the second inning and only had 3 at-bats after he was lifted for a pinch hitter in the final innings. Fouls that out of play to stay alive. Dalton on his Fastball sitting in the middle to upper 80s, 86 to 87 so far with that four-seam heater. But he's ahead in the count, 0-2 to Parker Burt. Breaking ball hit on the ground to shortstop Josh Printer. Scoops it up, throws over to first. Plenty of time, 1 up, 1 down. Sodbusters off to a much better start here in the second inning.
Good job for Juden. Got to put that first inning behind him, particularly the 2-out, 2-run double that put the finishing touches on the 3-run inning, and just try to put a couple of zeros on the board and see if the offense can wake up.
Here is Hunter Billingsley. First time that we have seen him this series. He appeared in 2 of the games in the away series when the Sodbusters were in Casper. Against Hastings this year, 0 for 3, has walked twice. Hitting .245 on the summer, quickly ahead 2 balls and no strikes as Juden misses high twice. Billingsley is an Eastvale, California native and goes to Fullerton College. 2-0 to him, sprayed out a play foul, 2 balls and 1 strike. Spuds scoring first in the game for the 3rd consecutive time this series. But the Sodbusters have fought back in each of the games. Can they do it tonight down 3 runs early? Especially with Casper as one of their best pitchers on the mound. It's now a 3-ball, 1-strike pitch to Billingsley. And he sends it high in the air, down in foul territory. Could be a play for the right fielder. And Duddleston, he grabs it. Right in front of the fence near the playground. And it doesn't get any closer than that from running into the wall there. Excellent grab by Sawyer Duddleston in foul territory.
Duddleston with sneaky speed. He doesn't think he's very fast, but he sure does run down a lot of balls and then makes up for any noted lack of speed with a tremendous arm. He's had a couple of outfield assists, and really great to see him back in the lineup on both sides here today.
It's back to the top of the order in Cody Clausius. He got the game started with a leadoff single and came around to score. He is 1 for 1 and one of the guys who has had the Hastings pitching staff's number. 8 hits so far in the 5 games versus the Busters. Pitch outside, 1-1. Speaking of the Busters, under the direction of head coach Danny Weiser, who got the promotion last week and has since taken over full-time as head coach beginning this week in his 3rd game solo, running the team. Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike after strike 1 to Cody Clausius. Andy Chase, Corey Caranda are his assistants. And Scott Galusha, we could see him back in the dugout from time to time throughout the season if he is needed. 3-1 pitch from Dalton is outside. It's a walk, the 3rd walk for Dalton already, and it's a 2-out walk for the Spuds.
Yesterday, first 4 runs scoring for Casper, they all got on free passes, so they do know how to take advantage of the opportunities given them.
In the first game of the series, the Sodbusters 7-6 loss. Their pitchers only walked 2 batters. But walks have reared their ugly head in the past couple of games. Pitch called to strike. Throw down to first is not in time to try and pick off Clausius. Chase Burke in his 2nd at-bat in as many innings. He is one of the 4 walks and came around to score. Pickoff throw. It's late. Clausius back in safely. He's a guy who has not attempted to steal this season. Pitch upstairs. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Chase Burke. Improved his average to .305 after the triple last night, so he's now hitting a little bit higher, over .300. Pitch outside for ball 2. Like we mentioned earlier in the game, it's almost just seems like Dalton's aiming these pitches a little bit, and it gives the signal to the dugout. Maybe somebody asked him if he was all right. He said he was okay. It's tough being on a turf mound and being 6'7" and driving it down and getting that into the lower part of the strike zone. It's an issue for some, and we've seen Brother Fred also have issues with it, but credit to both the Jutons. They have both looked, for the most part, a lot better than last season. A 2-2 pitch to Chase Burke. Breaking ball outside. Very, very tight zone for home plate umpire Steve Craze tonight. It was outside, according to our flight scope. Naked eye definitely thought it was a ball, too. It looked like a ball, but it looked like a strike, if you get my drift. Runner on the move with the 3-2 pitch. It's grounded through the right side for a base hit. Clausius thinks about going to third, but thinks wiser of it. Duddleston gets to it quickly. It's a 2-out single for Chase Burke to keep the Spuds alive here in the second inning.
My first thought was go. Let's see Sawyer Duddleston get somebody at third and get out of this. But now Casper, big 2-out hits yesterday to begin the game when they took a 3-0 lead. They had the big 2-run double to cap the first, and all of a sudden they have a chance to steal a run here if they can get another clutch hit from one of their clutch guys.
And Dylan Schlotterback was that clutch guy last night, as we told you about in the first inning. The bases clearing triple to seal the deal. He has swung a decent bat in the series, even though the numbers don't show for it. He's also been walked and hit by a pitch several times. He's been hit by a pitch 3 times this series. He's almost like the Sawyer Duddleston of the Casper Spuds so far. Breaking ball finds the top inside corner of the zone, and Juden working ahead, 0-2. Can he finish him off? It's not a matter of can he finish him off, it's more of a when he does, can it be on the next pitch, or do we have to get the count full again? Let's find out what Dalton's got in store. High and tight for ball 1. That was pitch number 52 from Dalton on his outing, and he has yet to complete 2 innings. So unless Juden can figure something out in the next few innings, Sodbusters may be forced to go to the bullpen early. 1-2 pitch with 2 on and 2 outs. Right back through the legs of Dalton Juden into center field. The runner, Clausius, stops late at third, and probably good thing he did. And we'll check on Juden, make sure it didn't hit him. He's walking around pretty normally. Feel like somehow it split the wickets.
Don't think it touched him. And probably fortunate for the Sodbusters it didn't, because it got to Delgado, who was playing pretty shallow, and he was able to make a good throw in. And now another large at-bat in the course of this game. Can the Sodbusters stay in it? Really need an out with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
Top 3 guys for Casper now in their first 2 at-bats. 3 for 3 with 3 walks. They have not been retired tonight, and they are still looking to get their first run of the inning. So Juden and the boys still have a chance to put a goose egg on the scoreboard. Get me over breaking ball for strike 1 to Josh Phillips. He's also swung a nice bat against the Sodbusters. 3 hits in 4 games. He had a double in Monday night's contest and has driven in 2 runs. Pops it up. Playable for Ryan Jarvis. Near the foul line, he makes the catch in fair territory. Well, after getting the first 2 outs of the inning, the Spuds load the bases and threaten, but do not score. It's still 3-0. The Sodbusters will try to answer in the bottom of the second inning after this.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Bottom of the second inning at Duncan Field, where we will see Ty Volmer back out on the mound for the Casper Spuds. He worked a nice first inning, allowed 1 hit by Sawyer Duddleston, but retired the other 3 batters he faced. So it's 5, 6, and 7 coming up. Dino Morales, Josh Printer, Yamato Sato due up for the Hastings Sodbusters. First pitch from Ty Volmer, taking all the way, was Morales, and he takes strike 1. Dino recovering from a case of alleged food poisoning on Monday, where it kept him out of Monday's game, but he appeared in yesterday's game. Wild throw and off the base. A bad throw by the shortstop. That is Dylan Schlotterbeck, who commits the error that pulls his first baseman, Cody Clausius, off the bag. Sodbusters will take that.
You bet. We just haven't seen many miscues for Casper, and that's one of the reasons they've won 30 out of 34. Did not have an error yesterday. An early error here, maybe that gives this Sodbuster team some life.
If you're scoring at home, E6 on the play, and Josh Printer comes up with the man on. He grounds it to the left side, and this could be 2. On to second for 1, into first. Plenty of time, and Printer is retired.
And that's also what good teams do. They have a mistake. Next pitch. 5-4-3 Billingsley. Perfect throw to Stocking. Stocking, a guy who can play shortstop. We saw him play there last year, and he made the good turn. No problem over to Clausius to get the 5-4-3 twin killing.
Also noting worth, Josh Printer is wearing number 12 today. That's a Jackson Crane's number. I thought we almost missed a pinch hitter there, but that is the case here at Hastings. Yamato Sato try and re-spark the fire after Dino Morales reached to lead things off. Printer and him erased on a double play, and Yamato Sato swings, pops it up, and it will get out of play behind us. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Japanese native improving his batting average to .203, 12 hits on the season for Yamato with 1 hit last night. Pitch misses, 2-1. Yamato's been a guy who really at the plate's been feast or famine. Either striking out or putting weak contact in it, or sending it to the wall or into a gap. Pitch just misses outside. Sato's ahead in the driver's seat, 3-1. So compared to Sodbuster starter Dalton Juden's pitch count at 56 pitches, Ty Volmer just about to throw pitch 16. And it's across for a strike. Volmer started against the Sodbusters earlier in the year and went 7 innings. He knows what this team on offense is all about. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Sato caught looking. The Sodbusters retired as they bring the minimum to the plates. And we go to the 3rd inning with Casper leading 3-0.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Sodbusters are set down quickly in the 2nd inning, and we'll try to hang another 0. Dalton Juden did just that, recorded the first 2 outs of the second inning before loading the bases, but getting the final out with no damage done. We'll send you over to Steve Stein for the next couple of innings.
And like scooping sand for Dalton Juden, really laboring through the first 2, but a great job escaping difficulty. 2 up, 2 down, then gave up the walk. Single. Huge pitch to retire Josh Phillips. That after Casper scored 3 in the first, and we'll see how long Dalton can go today as he'll be out there to throw his 57th pitch of the day. And meanwhile, seeing the guy across the way, Ty Volmer, make it through the first 2 in Ty Volmer-like fashion. Only 19 pitches thrown. As Casper comes to the plate with Chandler Stocking. Stocking, one of the many returning players from last year, and one of the reasons they are so good this year. Just really set the foundation last season, and a lot of their dudes coming back. And Chandler Stocking, one of those, hitting .272, a home run, a triple, 7 doubles this year. He's knocked in 20 and scored 23 times. He's not really gotten it going against Hastings, just 2 for 10 this year. And a couple of foul balls. He's not been able to get around on Dalton Juden. No balls, 2 strikes on Chandler Stocking, a product of Alabama A&M University. He's from Midway, Utah. So he kind of goes all over the country for his baseball experience and swings and misses in the dirt. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Sato with the tag after that swing in the turf. And it is strikeout number 1 for Dalton Juden. It's easy out there, Dalton. Just do that. Come on, Valenta. Couldn't you have done that the first 2 innings?
Control save. Whatever clicked there, Dalton, just do that again, and Sodbusters can get right back in the game.
Here's Matt Marsick coming to the plate, another one of the guys coming back from last year. Pops this one out of play. No balls and a strike on Matt Marsick. Marsick, Oklahoma Baptist product out of Arlington, Texas. Just 2 for 14 against the Sodbusters coming into today. Yesterday, 0 for 4, but he knocked in 2 and scored a run. He is their speed guy. Well, they have a lot of them, but 22 for 23 in stolen bases this year. A team which has stolen an eye-popping 134 bases for the summer. Meanwhile, the Sodbusters, 54 stolen bases. Quickly 2 strikes, and Juden brings it home. Way outside as he misses for the first time in the inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Matt Marsick, left-handed hitter who had the big hit of the game, the 2-run double to put his team up by 3, and swings and misses. It went up his eyes, and Dalton Juden found something in the dugout this past half inning, and he has struck out the first 2 he's seen here in the third. Baseball is easy. Here comes Jackson Bates. Bates flew out to left field his first time up. He is the beer batter, playing right field for this squad. 1 for 7 and a triple in that 1 hit. It's a triple machine, this Casper Spuds squad. They've got a lot of triples to go along with their bit of power. Not the most powerful hitting team. Spearfish has that honor in the Independence League this year. They do have 16 home runs this year compared to just 4 for the Hastings Sodbusters. Part of that because we play at Duncan Field. 2-0 the count now on Bates, and we have not seen a home run for home or opposing hitters here at Duncan that has a 408 sign at straightaway center. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Really good one from Juden as he has found the breaking ball, and the Spuds have not been able to make contact as Chandler Stocking goes down on strikes. Matt Marsick went after a high fastball, 2-1 pitch, blew it by him, and trying for a 3-strikeout inning after he didn't strike out a man in the first 2 innings and got into big trouble. Let's see if Juden can find a way against the beer batter here and make the fans happy. Just outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. We've seen a few pitches on the far outside corner called so far today, but not there, a little too wide of the zone, in the opinion of Steve Craze. Full count pitch. Bouncing ball, foul. Nice job there for him to keep it going. 3-2, 2 outs. Casper, a 20-game winning streak. They are 30-4, just making a mockery of the Independence League as they are dominating after winning the first half title with a 19-4 record, won by 4 games over second-place Hastings. 3-2 pitch, high for ball 4, and a 2-out walk. Remember last inning, it was out, and then walk, single, and you held your breath, and Casper held off the board as we see Parker Burt come to the plate. It's Steve Stein, Ryan Valenta, Mason Henrik, our producer today, and we have Noah Pagel, who's a birthday boy. He is doing some of the tech work to go along with Connor Christensen, the crew here working at Duncan Field. 3-0 the score. Casper on top. As a throw over, Jackson Bates going nowhere. He does not have a stolen base, one of the few guys who doesn't, but he has got minimal playing time compared to most of the guys in the lineup today. Love the Casper uniforms. They dual send the runner. Pitched low and in the turf, and Sato couldn't dig it out cleanly, so now he is in the stolen base category. Jackson Bates now in scoring position with 2 outs and a 2-0 count coming to Parker Burt, starting catcher for the Casper Spuds.
Yeah, very curious to see the Spuds not even attempt a steal in Game 1. They stole 3 bases last night. Curious to see how much they play the stolen base card tonight.
3 runs, 4 hits for the Spuds. All those runs coming in the first. No runs, 1 hit for the Sodbusters. Called strike 1 on the inside corner. 2-1 the count. Really good-looking pitch from Juden there. As Dalton coming off that excellent outing against the Plainsmen in his last start for the Hastings Sodbusters. Going the distance, allowing 1 run on 1 hit, 7 strikeouts that day. He did walk 4 in 7 innings. Here today, early walks, 2 of them in the first. Both those guys would come in to score. He walked a man in the second as well, and has another walk here in the third. 2-1 delivery. This one popped foul. Is it playable? It's on the right side. Sodbusters give it a look. It hits atop the Casper dugout. No chance for Ryan Jarvis or Yamato Sato, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Theoretically, if Ryan Jarvis jumps up on the blue rail and then jumps on top of the dugout and catches that, is that a legal catch, I wonder?
You're the former umpire. You would have to make the ruling on that.
It would just, I'm sure it's up to ground rules, but I mean, that would be probably the greatest catch of all time if somebody were able to do that.
We'd take it. 2-2 pitch. Sounds like a banana ball rule. Juden brings the pitch. Runner goes, and the pitch is missing, and the batter did not go around. Stolen base. Well, guy who hadn't stolen a base this year, Jackson Bates, has 2 stolen bases now. 3-2. It looked like a pretty good pitch, period. Was not called that way, and now all of a sudden, any old wild pitch or blooper or any ball put in play that the Sodbusters don't handle, and Casper steals a run here in the third. 3-2 with 2 outs and the pitch. Swing and a miss. So a strike out of the side for Juden. Works around the 2-out walk, and we head to the bottom half of inning number 3. It remains Casper 3, Hastings nothing, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
At the bottom half of inning number 3, while Dalton Juden did a good job throwing 20 pitches in the top of the inning. 20 pitches that inning. Ty Volmer has 19 pitches through the first 2 innings for the Casper Spuds, as the Hastings Sodbusters trying to break through against him with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up. Who's Ty Volmer and where's he from? He goes to Bethany Lutheran College. That is in Wisconsin. They are the Vikings, not to be confused with Bethany College, which is a Lutheran school in the Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference in Lindsborg, Kansas. But Bethany Lutheran, they had Volmer at their services this past year, 1-0, an 8.49 ERA, but he's a guy that's, like many of these guys in this league, trying to find a way to get some innings, to get some experience, and what an experience he has had for the Casper Spuds, as he is 5-0 and put 2 zeros on the board here with the thanks to a double play this past inning. He has faced only one over the minimum, and the first pitch drops right in there for strike one. Dandy pitch to Nathan Massar. Massar getting a rare plate appearance today, 176 on the year, 3 out of 17. 2 runs batted in, and 3 runs scored, playing his 7th game in the field. A multi-talented athlete, taking up high for ball 1 ball and 1 strike. If he's healthy, he may be one of the top couple of pitchers that Hastings has right now. And a strikeout machine when he's on the mound. 1-1 delivery is upstairs for ball 2, but battling a little arm issue, and so going to take the week off from throwing the baseball, and may see him back in the pitching rotation hopefully sooner than later. 2-1 pitch, fouled straight back, but a guy's a really good catcher, and they really didn't know what to do with him at Saginaw Valley State. They did redshirt him, and thinks he still could be a two-way player, playing somewhere in the field, or perhaps a solid right arm for one of the better teams in NCAA Division II. 2-2 delivery on the way. Curveball, and Massar fights it off. Really good job of waiting on that one and fouling it down the first base line. It remains 2-2 on Nathan Massar.
Yeah, that curveball by Volmers, some of them, they are coming in slower than slow in the middle 60s, according to our flight scope, and tough to get pulled over on Highway 6 if you were to drive that fast.
2-2 pitch upstairs, 3-2. And Volmer has his first 3-ball count of the game. Can the Sodbusters get something going with the bottom of the order here? 8, 9, and 1. 3-2 delivery on the way. Foul back, good at bat going here for Nathan Massar, trying to find a way to drive one or to at least get on for Alexio Delgado, who's not maybe your stereotypical number 9 guy who is a good RBI producer, good doubles guy, and has been swinging it a little better here lately. 3-2 pitch. Just misses. Beautiful curveball, but did not get the call. Close to the inside corner, and Nathan Massar becomes the first guy to walk for the Hastings Sodbusters.
That's just a very, very tough pitch to take, especially how the home plate umpire's been calling it tonight. You never want to leave it up to him, but Massar with the better eye to get on.
Here's Alexio Delgado batting 189, but he leads the team with 2 home runs. He leads the team with 5 doubles and moved back into a tie for the RBI lead on the squad after he gave it up momentarily to Ryan Jarvis, who had that big 2-run triple. Delgado had an RBI later on in the contest, and they're both at 17. Pitch down low for a ball. To put that in perspective, the leading RBI guy for the Casper Spuds has 43. It's been an offensive juggernaut, averaging some 10 runs a game for these Casper Spuds. Runner at first, 1-0 count, and Delgado singles into left field, so the first 2 have reached the 8 and 9 guys setting the table. Can the top of the order get it done? Vega, Jarvis, and Duddleston just where you want to be, first and second, and nobody out.
Almost like what Casper did last night. They're 7, 8, and 9 guys. They had multiple hits, and even one of them had a 3-hit game. So it's the Sodbusters' turn to get some production from the bottom of the order, and now you've got some of your best guys coming up to try and get back in this game.
Drew Vega came in late as a runner and then ended up getting it at bat, went 0 for 1. He had a good day. In the opening game of this series, went 2 for 5 with a run scored, 4 for 12 coming into today against the Casper Spuds, now 4 for 13. Wants to lay down a bunt, gets it down in front of the home plate, and no play. Now a throw to third. Massar gets caught off, throw home, and he is out. Dadgummit. Big base running error for the Sodbusters. Instead of bases loaded, no one out. Great job for the catcher to little bluff throw to first, then look to third. Massar rounds too far, and Parker Burt throws to the third baseman. Hunter Billingsley brings it back home, and the Sodbusters lose the first out coming home.
That's just textbook right there. The second you know you're not going to make it out at first, you check the runner at third. Massar too far off, and Spuds executed perfectly to get the out.
Instead of a big inning, now they're going to have to work a little harder. So the first 3 technically reach, but the Sodbusters lose a base runner. 2 on, 1 out now for Ryan Jarvis, who takes strike 1. Those little things turn into big things against a team like Casper. Here's the pitch. Jarvis drills this one right side, but foul, and it's quickly 2 strikes on Ryan Jarvis, who grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. So walk to Massar, Delgado with a single. Vega would have beaten out the infield single. Technically did beat out the infield single, but the Sodbusters lose a runner on the play as Massar went around third too far. And really heads-up play for Parker Burt to get him. 0-2 pitch, Vollmer brings it, bouncer foul. Good job for Ryan to stay alive. Yesterday he had a triple, 2 runs batted in, a run scored, and a stolen base. His 2-run triple opened the Sodbuster scoring yesterday and really made you believe after Hastings had an early 3-run deficit and was literally doing nothing offensively, but got it rolling with the bottom of the order in that particular inning. And Hastings would come back and take a 5-3 lead, but it would not go their way as they fell in 10, 12-8. 1-2 pitch on the way. And Jarvis goes after one, down low in the dirt, first base occupied, and so he is a strikeout victim. And that quickly, there are 2 outs, and it'll be up to Sawyer Duddleston to try to salvage the inning, what was so promising, on the verge of disappointment here for Hastings.
And this just shows why Vollmer, such a good arm. He does not have the velocity by any means, but the guys that don't have the velocity, they have that tricky, sharp, breaking stuff. That's exactly why Jarvis chased that pitch down in the dirt. Looks like a strike until it ain't.
Here's Sawyer Duddleston, had a single his first time up and has made a couple of nice defensive plays out there for the Hastings Sodbusters. First pitch low, nice stop. Pretty solid catcher back there, Parker Burt, for this Casper team. They just don't have any holes. I mean, they've got a lot of depth. How deep are they? 416 hitter Elijah Reeves taking the day off, and he was pinch hit for yesterday by Chase Burke. Team that's batting .311, and their team ERA at 3.56 for the summer. 30-4 are the Spuds. 1-0 delivery. Right there for a strike. 1-1 the counts. Has had a good conversation with their head man, and congratulations to him, James Batten, getting the full-time pitching coach job at Southwestern Assemblies of God University, soon to be called Nelson University, starting August 1st. 1-1 delivery inside. It hits Sawyer Duddleston. Ladies and gentlemen, Sawyer Duddleston has been hit by a pitch for the 19th time, or has he? Hit the bat?
That's what I thought, but no, it does look like they are giving him first. Umpire pointed to first base, but maybe they're not giving it to him. It did sound like the bat to my ears, but
hit off his elbow guard. I didn't think there was any doubt. He's got the elbow guard, and he certainly didn't have any doubt. And Steve Craze, who's already drawn the ire of the Hastings dugout a couple of times, and now the Hastings fans are going to get into it. Yeah, I thought it sounded like it hit off his elbow guard. It's 1-2.
Right when it allegedly hit him, he threw his hand off the bat, which made me lead to believe it was off the knob of the bat. And Duddleston didn't put up too much of an argument there. And, fans grumbling here about the call.
Well, so never mind. He is still the leading HBP guy on the team, but he does not add to that total here. 1-2 pitch inside. Runners go. Throw down to third. Not going to be in time. Good job there. So the Sodbusters rolling the dice here with 2 outs, and they go with a double steal. That works. So you got great speed out there with Delgado taking third, Vega taking second, and now any old blooper to the outfield, and this is just a guy you want up there. Just make Sawyer Duddleston mad. That kind of is a little more motivation to the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy. 2-2 pitch, fouled away. Good job there for Sawyer to take a pitch on the inside part of the plate and foul it back and give himself another chance. Sawyer Duddleston, right fielder for this Hastings Sodbuster team, trying to find a way to ignite the offense, what was going to be, or still could be, a very disappointing inning when the Sodbusters had a chance to be bases loaded, nobody out. Now second and third, 2 outs, and the 2-2 pitch on the way again. Off speed, stays high. It's 3-2 on Sawyer Duddleston. It began with a walk, then a single, a bunt, which turned into an infield single, but the Sodbuster runner at third rounded third to sharply and was taken out. 3-2 delivery again. Duddleston pops it up. Should do it. Second baseman makes the call. Chandler Stocking, no problem. And an out of all of that, no damage done. No runs. 2 hits, 2 men left. We head to the fourth. It's Casper 3, Hastings nothing, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
Passions are high here at Duncan Field as the Hastings Sodbusters. We believe they have just lost the starting right fielder Sawyer Duddleston, who after the inning had said something, and apparently not to the liking of Steve Craze, who has drawn the ire of Hastings most of this day. So one of the heart and soul guys for the Hastings Sodbusters apparently is going to be exiting this contest, and Hastings will have to make a move and get a new guy out in right field. 3-0 to score. Casper on top. All of the runs coming in the first, and after two really hard-fought losses, it has been a difficult proposition for this Hastings team to come back today, and it looks like Kyle Hiltbrandt is sprinting out to right field, so he's going to be the new right fielder for Hastings. And Ryan Valenta, just a lot of things not going the way, and you hope it just doesn't totally unravel here.
Yeah, and like we said while we were away, and Duddleston, he got his say in. He told the umpire, Stephen Craze, what he thinks, and right now out there, too, more curiously, is Andy Chase is out there now talking with the umpires, and you rarely see Andy leave the dugout for any reason whatsoever, and wonder if he was talking about the questionable call as well. But yeah, like you mentioned, Kyle Hiltbrand will sub in for that, and hopefully this is something that gets the guys fired up, and maybe a veteran move to try and, I mean, you don't want to get thrown out of a game by any means, but Sawyer Duddleston trying to get the guys fired up and maybe get a spark in this team that needs to win this game, and somebody in the dugouts drawing more ire here.
Well, Steve Craze is still looking over. And so I'm hoping that Danny Weiser didn't get tossed too. I mean, they looked, it was Duddleston and the head coach who were together. They made the ejection move. Did both of them get tossed perhaps? I don't know at this point, but the Hastings Sodbusters, and Steve Craze is still looking over at the Hastings dugout at this point. So we'd like to just go ahead and play a little baseball at this point. Sodbusters are ready to go. The Casper Spuds are ready to go. And right now we are trying to... Did somebody else in the dugout perhaps get tossed?
Maybe. Okay, Sawyer's just leaving the dugout now. I mean, protocol is that the ejected party has to leave the dugout completely. He's finally off the field now, and we can play ball again. And Stephen Craze just needs to get behind the plate and call the game. He's got rabbit ears just searching into the dugouts, and there aren't going to be any Sodbusters left by the end of the night if he keeps this stunt up. This is ridiculous.
3-0, top of the fourth inning, and Casper is going to wait patiently because it's all going their way. We see Scott Galusha making his way to the dugout to probably try to calm his team down, as we'll see Hunter Billingsley, number 9 hitter, up there, and Juden brings the first pitch home and hits him. Ooh, and I think it got him on the side, and there was really no malicious intent right there. I think it was just a situation where, goodness gracious, probably a little bit of passion, and I don't think there was any intent there, because Sodbuster certainly shouldn't be mad at Casper. It's not. It's none of their doing. Hunter Billingsley hit by a pitch, so first base, nobody out for the Casper Spuds here in the fourth inning. And you certainly don't want to hit the number 9 hitter in this lineup because the top of the order is pretty darn good. Billingsley hasn't seen too much time this year, and that got him right in the rib cage. So hopefully he is okay as he makes his way down to first. In the top of the order, Cody Clausius coming up. So things aren't going too well at the old Barled Yard this evening, but it's still a game within shouting distance, and hopefully Juden can put another 0 on the board. And the first pitch Comes inside for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes to Cody Clausius, who singled back in the first, walked in the second. He is 1 for 1 with a run scored. 3-0 Casper on top. Juden a check of the runner. All these guys can run. And bluffing and stopping and coming back is Clausius and taking Billingsley rather, and taking a strike is Clausius. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Hunter Billingsley out of Fullerton College, running down at first, throw over, back in safely. Juden's done a good job at least trying to keep this Hastings team in the game. We did see the head coach, Danny Weiser, run down to the bullpen, probably to have a word with who's going to be pitching next, because he is the pitching coach as well. Having to wear a lot of hats, throw over to first, not going to be in time. So Kyle Hiltbrandt, you can put him in the number 3 spot in the batting order, now playing right field for Hastings. Sawyer Duddleston ejected. And Scott Galusha is atop the top step of the dugout, just kind of in the dugout to add a little more of perspective, shall we say. As what a tough first 2 and a third games for Danny Weiser as the head coach of the Sodbusters. He had to deal with more stuff than you deal with in a half a season just in these first 3 games. So it's been quite an education early for the young coach. 1-1 delivery on the way. This is a bouncer back to Juden, a chance for 2, and he throws it away. Into center field. It'll be first and second, nobody out. Taylor made 1-6-3 twin killing, and Juden threw it well left of the bag. No chance for Printer to come back and get it. First and second, nobody out, and now find a way to battle back. Hit batsman and error, and Casper a chance to maybe blow this baby wide open here in the 4th.
Yeah, Dalton just didn't look comfortable throwing it there. I mean, he doesn't really get down to an athletic stance very often. Kind of see with his pitching, he just kind of throws it in there, so kind of a normal throwing motion, but just with Printer getting to the bag, maybe not as soon as he wanted to. It is not a good play.
Chase Burke, high chopper to second base. Vega somehow fields it, throws it, safe. Infield single. What a play for Drew Vega to get that on the short hop. His only chance was to gun to first, and Chase Burke can flat fly. And Casper, bases loaded, nobody out, and there are 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up. So hit batsman, fielder's choice / error, and now infield single. Remember, the Sodbusters would have had bases loaded, nobody out. Big base running miscue. They did not score. Casper trying to put a big dent in this one with Dylan Schlotterbeck coming to the plate right now. Paris Junior College, the leading RBI guy. This is just where Casper wants to be as they seek their 21st straight win. Pitch outside for ball 1. A little bit extra juice on that one from Dalton Juden. 1 ball and no strikes. Hopefully he can put it behind him. There's right-handed action in the Sodbuster bullpen as the pitch count also mounting for Juden. 76 coming into this frame. And after he had a really solid 3rd inning, striking out the side, coming unraveled here in the 4th, but can he find a way to battle back? Fred Juden. So Juden perhaps going to be replaced by Juden in this one as the brother is getting warm for the Hastings Sodbusters. 3-0. Spuds on top. And the 1-1 delivery. Right there for strike 2. 1 and 2. Strikeout would look fine. Had 3 strikeouts in the 3rd. But Juden has had his ups and downs in this one. 4 walks to go along with a hit batsman. 1 and 2. Nobody out. Bases full of potatoes. And the pitch. Bouncing ball foul. Another thing this Spud team does is spoil pretty good pitches. That was perhaps strike 3, and Schlotterbeck was able to foul it away and get another chance. Schlotterbeck, good job there, and he'll see another 1-2 delivery coming from Dalton Juden. Takes a look in at Yamato Sato. Sodbuster infield trying to stay on their toes. Pitch taken high for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. They're playing the middle infield back. They would sacrifice a run to get 2 outs here. But most of these Casper guys can run a little bit as well, so they are a tough double play candidate just about up and down the lineup. And Juden. Set to go. Checking his swing. Schlotterbeck there, and it's full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Steve Craze working the plate. It's Frank Williams, the field umpire today. Two-man crew here in the Independence League at Duncan Field. 4:08 to straightaway center. Gorgeous night for baseball, and it's been tough for the Sodbusters so far. 3-2 pitch in the dirt, ball 4. And the first 4 have reached for Casper here in inning number 4. And we'll see Danny Weiser come out of the dugout to talk with his right-hander as Dalton Juden has now hit 89 pitches and walks his 5th, which produces a run. A hit batsman, an error on Dalton, an infield single, and now a walk. Nobody hitting the ball hard this inning, but these the kind of innings which just can really get away from you, and Casper trying to maybe put the finishing touches on this one mid-game.
Yeah, it's a team that you don't want to do this to, and you don't want to keep the line moving like this against any team, but the worst team of all to do it against Casper, especially when they've got some big guys coming up. Josh Phillips, Chandler Stocking, they're due. They have yet to record a hit tonight, and they're probably all fired up too. I mean, on the other side, if you see somebody on the opposing team get tossed out, say, awesome. Didn't like that guy anyways, and that gives you some momentum too. And this game far from over. We expect to see probably a few more fireworks in this game tonight.
4-0 the score. It's far from over, but it may be close to being over. It's one of those deals you feel like if they hit a gapper, how much can you come back from on a day like today? Is it going to be one of those that let's play for tomorrow? I don't know. It's a big coaching challenge for Danny Weiser and his crew right now to keep them a part of this game. Now, a good job for Dalton to come out and get 2 quick strikes on Josh Phillips, their number 4 hitter, who has popped up a couple of times. And you mentioned the fact him being due, a guy who has 40 runs batted in this year. He's their leading home run producer with 8. 0-2 delivery on the way, and he pops it up right side. Juden, really good pitch combo so far to keep Josh Phillips well off balance. And that's the thing that's maddening, because Dalton can look like this for a few pitches, and you're thinking this is a guy that can take you deep into a ball game. But then there's other batters where he just struggles. 0-2 pitch, and that's a really good one, but just outside. And Sodbuster fans will grumble a little bit there. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. They do not feel like they've gotten some of the things their way today, but some days, that's baseball. 4-0 the score, and bases loaded, nobody out, 1-2 delivery. Beauty, called strike 3. Down goes Josh Phillips. Well, there's 1 out. Dalton trying to do her the hard way as he'll face Chandler Stocking.
Pitch in the zone, and really at the top of the high part of the zone with just how wild Juden's been. Probably not a pitch that Phillips was looking for, and fortunate enough to get the call there, and now you're a ground ball away. Corners come in. Middle infielders at double play depth.
Chandler Stocking, a sac fly back in the first. A strikeout, 0 for 1 with a run batted in. And he's first pitch swinging here and takes it back and over our heads. No balls and a strike here at Duncan Field. The 3rd of 4 games here in Hastings. Then the 2 teams will get on their respective buses and make a long old trip to Casper and play 3 more before Hastings finally has a day off. Not much of a day off, as they'll have to come right back, and then they'll play Fremont for 3. Line drive right at Delgado. Runner tags at 3rd. Here comes the throw home, and it's not going to be in time. But Juden, nice job getting 2 really tough outs. He does give up the sacrifice fly. That scores Clausius from 3rd base. Stocking with his 2nd sacrifice fly in 4 innings. This one to center field. Runners hold at 1st and 2nd. It's 5-0. And we'll see Matt Marsick trying to continue the inning for the Casper Spuds as Juden trying to minimize the damage as best he can.
Fortunate for the Busters that it went right to Delgado, and Spuds have been so good at plugging gaps this series, but don't get it that time.
Runners go. Throw down to 3rd base is in. Oh, not in time. Bang, bang play. Hastings not going to be pleased with that one as well. Perfect throw from Sato as we saw Morales apply the tag, but I'll tell you what, Chase Burke can fly, and he steals 3rd. A little tougher to do with a left-handed hitter up there, and Sato, I thought, had a pretty good throw, but give him a double steal, and 1-0 the count on Marsick.
Hard hit ball right field. Hiltbrand on his horse. He is not going to get there. 2 runs will score. Marsick around second. He is going to have himself a triple. And Casper is in firm command of this one now as the Spuds get another big 2-out hit from Matt Marsick. Remember, he had the 2-run double in the first. He has a 2-run triple here in the fourth. And goodness gracious, it is 7-0. So Burke and Schlotterbach score. They probably would have scored from first and second. Wouldn't have had to have that double steal, but Casper putting the finishing touches, well, maybe not yet, but certainly putting a nice bow on this inning to this point, and they'll try for more here as Jackson Bates comes to the plate. He takes outside for ball 1 ball and no strikes, a walk and a couple of stolen bases his last time up. He's 0 for 1 of the ball game. 7 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Spuds, no runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Hastings Sodbusters. The pitch, high for a ball. 2-0 the count. Game 3 of the series. Game 4 tomorrow night, 6:35. Last chance to see the Sodbusters for a few days. Come on out. And Sodbusters in the midst of this really tough stretch, and it's just kind of becoming a grind at this point. See if they can find a way to put some energy together in the final 6 at-bats of this one, but it's looking bleak here on the Wednesday night and this third game of the series. 2-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. Went after one up at his eyes. 2-2 on Jackson Bates as Juden may be facing his last batter regardless. Looks like Fred's ready to go. Dalton has seen the pitch count balloon to over 100 today at 102. And a pop-up. Playable on the infield. Ryan Jarvis, first baseman, over to make the play, but 4 runs come home. And the Casper Spuds firmly in command of this one. After 3.5, it's 7-0 Casper, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. One of the numbers of this game, the pitch count. Dalton Juden through the first 4 innings, throwing 103 pitches as we see Ty Volmer take the hill in the bottom of the 4th with 42. Sodbusters have 3 hits but no runs. Got to Volmer a little bit in the 3rd, but disappointment as they did not score. And Casper doing what good teams do. Put a 0 on the board when the other team should have scored, and you put a big crooked number, and all of a sudden it is a big hole. Steve Stein, Ryan Valenta, as we come to you from Duncan Field, and the Sodbusters trying to put something together as they'll have Cale Jensen, left-handed hitting left fielder, who lined the second baseman his first time up.
I feel like the silver lining in this game, if at nothing else, get to the Spud bullpen. They had to use 6 pitchers on Monday night, 5 pitchers last night. They're definitely looking forward for a lot of innings from Volmer. If you can maybe knock him out this inning or next inning, maybe put a damper on the pitching plans for Casper tomorrow.
Cale Jensen has swung the hot bat recently. Remember when he was like double digits in hitting, or at least low 100s? He is now up to 298 as he has gone 588 for this homestand, 10 out of 17 coming into today. He hits it hard here. That is down the right field line for a base hit. Jensen makes the turn, but good job there for Casper's right fielder, Jackson Bates, to play his possession. And Jensen 1 for 2 on the day with another solidly struck ball, 1 for 2, and a single for Cale Jensen.
And now give Cale a hit in 9 straight contests. He has been the guy for the Sodbusters lineup. And ever since in this whole month, like you said, that insane average at home, and it keeps ballooning here.
Sodbusters with the leadoff man aboard. Sodbusters had the first 3 reach last inning and did not score. And meanwhile, Casper would put together a 4 spot the next half inning. Dino Morales taking ball 1 ball and no strikes. Dino reached on an error his last time up, but then was erased on a double play grounder the next pitch. Swings and misses, and 1 ball and 1 strike on Dino Morales. It's runner at first, nobody out. Sodbusters trying to battle back, but find a little life to go in this one. 3 in the first, 4 in the fourth. It is 7-0 Casper. Pitch is taken outside for a ball. And 2-1 on Dino Morales, product of Panama. Got a chance to go to some cool places during his younger days, playing on the Panama national youth team, Japan, Korea, Venezuela. Watches it go by. It's inside. No chance for advancement for Cale Jensen. Goes to 3 balls and a strike on Dino Morales for the Hastings Sodbusters. Dino took the loss in relief yesterday. Battled through some stomach issues like some of the other guys. Food poisoning or a little stomach flu passing through the region as saw it happen to Spearfish. I think some Casper guys were not feeling well. 3-1 delivery, and Dino pops it up into short right field. A long run for the second baseman and right fielder. Bates takes care of that one, and a disappointing at bat there as could not advance the runner. Pop up to right, and Dino Morales 0 for 2 on the day, and Josh Printer will come to the plate for the Hastings Sodbusters, down 7-0.
Yeah, especially on the 3-1 count there. Need to be putting a good swing on it, down by 7 runs, and make sure you have the pitch you want, just not the best result for the Sodbusters there.
Needed a base runner more than you needed a hit at that point. And here's Josh Printer trying to find a way. Off speeder, he hits this one hard to center field, and no chance there for Chase Burke to get that one. And so it's a 1-out single for Printer. First and second, 1 out, and we'll see what Yamato Sato can do with the Sodbuster down 7-0.
And that's exactly the approach that the Sodbusters need to have. Josh Printer, one of the guys known for his contact and plugging gaps. Didn't try to do too much with it, just serve it into the short outfield and keep the line moving.
He's been pretty good against Casper this year, coming in at 6 for 15, which is a .400 average. Saw that fall off, but now gets a hit back here. And now Yamato Sato. Big chance for Hastings. First and second, 1 out. Volmer brings the pitch and swing and a miss for strike 1. Volmer thrown a lot of strikes. He's walked only 1. He has struck out 3. Volmer getting ready to throw his 53rd pitch. 31 strikes so far, so good percentage, and has worked ahead of most hitters today. 0-1 delivery. Bouncing ball, just foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes on Yamato Sato for the Hastings Sodbusters, guy who was battling the average early in the year, but has raised it to 203. Triple, 3 doubles, 10 runs batted in, and 16 runs scored, and hitting .385 in this homestand coming into today. Had a hit and a run scored yesterday for the Hastings Sodbusters. Hastings dropping that 10-inning game 12-8. 0-2 pitch, Sato couldn't lay off, and it's the 4th strikeout of the day for Volmer. 2 outs, and Nathan Massar trying to salvage the inning. Massar began what looked to be a promising third with a lead-off walk. The Sodbusters would get 2 successive hits, but they lost a runner on the bases. It's totally turned that inning around at the end of the inning, so you're Duddleston tossed from the game, and it's not gotten any better. Time called here, as stepping out is Nathan Massar. Massar was the victim of just rounding third a little bit too far after an infield bunt single from Drew Vega, and a great job for Parker Burt to throw behind him, and that was the first out of the inning. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. No balls and a strike on Nathan Massar. He's had some really good pitching performances. He's only got 1 win, but probably deserves better. A 3.19 ERA, and he struck out 38 and walked only 14. 0-1 delivery. A little bit high for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike on Massar, with Alexiel Delgado hoping to get a chance in the on-deck circle. Casper putting the finishing touches on 2 big innings, a 2-run double and a 2-run triple from Matt Marsick. in the first and fourth respectively to make what was manageable innings into big innings for this Casper team, and consequently they have a nice working margin and have a lot of options up 7-0 as Massar fouls the pitch away. 1-2 the count. Bottom of the fourth. Hastings trying to put a run on the board here. Pitch taken upstairs for ball 2. 2-2 the count. Ty Volmer looking for his fourth shutout inning, a guy who came into this game with a 1.36 ERA. So when Casper scored 3 in the first, you're thinking, is that enough? 2-2 delivery. Curveball, Massar puts it in play and spoils another one. He's done a good job, both of his 2 at-bats, of spoiling 2-strike pitches and getting another opportunity. Nathan Massar, out of Midland, Michigan. College teammate with Ryan Jarvis up at Saginaw Valley State. Tremendous year, record-setting year for that Division II program. Runners go, pitch taken high, throw down to third, going to be in time. No, not in time. Pretty good throw right on the bag, and the Sodbusters get the call with Cale Jensen taking third, Josh Printer taking second. Can Hastings make that pay off with an opportunity here to get a couple of runs home?
That was only ball 3, Nathan. You've got one more before you can go to first. He was just trying to hope nobody noticed. Everyone too focused on the steals. Good try.
Yeah, it was steal third, steal second, steal first.
How about Cale Jensen getting the steal of third base? Definitely not the fastest guy on the team by any means, but Sodbusters showing they can play the stolen base card too tonight.
He can also say, hey, I'm 4 for 4 on stolen bases this year. Sodbusters get time here with Massar stepping out. 3-2, 2 outs. Sodbusters trying to find a way to get a couple back. I've seen Casper get monster 2-out hits in their big innings. Hastings trying to find a way to get a 2-out hit here and crawl back into this one perhaps. Just looking for something to turn the momentum in the favor of the black jerseys today. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Volmer, nice bounce back, and nothing happening as he strikes out back-to-back batters, and Hastings does not score. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left. We head to the 5th. It is 7-0 Casper. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen, a tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings trails at 7-0, and we have another Juden sighting as we turn things over to Ryan Valenta.
Big brother, well, I shouldn't say big brother because they're both the same age and the same heights, but other brother, Fred. The twins making consecutive appearances here at Duncan Field tonight. Fred Juden is on for inning number 5 after brother Dalton goes 4 innings, allows 7 runs on 6 hits. And we'll see if Fred can quiet things down. The Spuds last inning with the 4 spot to bust this thing open for the moment. It's high and tight to the first batter of the inning. It is Parker Burt. It's 8-9-1 due up for Casper. Burt is 0 for 2, has grounded out and struck out. Juden gets the first strike of his outing on the outside corner for strike 1. Parker Burt, a Mansfield, Texas native, Tense college at Murray State. .282 average coming into the game. 2 for 8 against the Sodbusters in just 3 games this year. 2-1. Fred working from the stretch. And there's a wave and a miss from Burt, who decided too late. Probably shouldn't have swung at that. It was going to be ball 3. Instead, now it's 2-2. Burt recollects himself, and Fred set to deliver a 2-2 pitch. That just misses, and not by much. Well, count runs full to the first batter of the inning. Got confirmation that pitch was actually high, and that one even higher. A walk to Parker Burt. And the Sodbusters are dealing with the walk bug in this game tonight. It's now 6 walks issued by Buster pitching in the first 4+ innings. Dalton Juden's final line: 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 7 runs, only 3 of them earned, 5 walks and 4 strikeouts. And he threw 103 pitches, and besides that 3rd inning where he struck out the side, which had a walk sandwiched in between it, that's an average of over 25 pitches an inning, which is never good for any starter. 1-0, it's inside, and it hits the batter, Hunter Billingsley, who is hit by the pitch for the 2nd consecutive time. And the first 2 have reached once again for the Spuds, and they're looking to throw the knockout punch here in this 5th inning.
And for the Sodbusters, now it's a matter of you're trying to manage your pitching staff, and you'd love to find a way for Fred. Somebody may end up having to be the sacrificial lamb in this one, and for Fred, you'd love to see him just go out and finish the final 5, regardless of what he can give you, just so you don't have to use another pitcher at this point, already down 7-0. And like you say, Casper, a great chance to add to the 7-0 lead.
Top of the order for the 4th time tonight, Cody Clausius has reached base in all 3 of his plate appearances. He has singled, walked, and reached on an error, so 1 for 2 tonight. First pitch from Fred is way inside. It's 1-0. Fred Juden's arsenal features a 4-seam fastball, curveball, changeup, and slider. And Fred's issue with his couple of seasons with the Sodbusters now has just been command. Ground ball. Jarvis cuts it off at first and throws to second for the out. Excellent play by the Sodbuster first baseman to get a for sure out at second. And it cuts down one of the middle runners. It's 1st and 3rd with 1 out.
Really like the way Jarvis plays defense no matter where he's at. Covers a lot of ground in left field and very athletic at first base, too. You can see he's going to be a pretty darn good one before he's done at Saginaw Valley. And he's another guy that, okay, where do you play him? You can play him in a lot of different places.
Jarvis, a left fielder and first baseman so far this year by trade, and he's played both positions pretty darn good. Look out. That one head high to Chase Burke, who has to matrix dodge out of the way of that one. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Chase Burke. He has also reached base all 3 times. The top 3 Spud hitters have not been retired tonight. Fastball inside for ball 2. Burke has singled twice and walked and has scored 2 of the 7 runs. It was the bottom of the order last night for the Spuds. It's the top 3 guys so far tonight. 2-0, not close. Over the head of Burke, it's 3-0. You do have a base empty, but not the way to look at it right now. Got to assume the take sign is on for Burt. Maybe up 7-0. Maybe he does have a green light. And he takes his strike at the top of the zone for strike 1. Chase Burke, one of several returners for this Spud squad, came into the game hitting .305. That's on the rise for now as he fouls it out of play with his 2 for 2 nights so far. Recording hits number 33 and 34 on the summer season. Spuds have 7 guys with over 30 hits this season. And to put that in perspective, the Sodbusters have one guy with exactly 30 hits. That's Drew Vega. The Spuds team has been an offensive juggernaut all season, and Sodbusters have not been able to slow them down in this series. 7 runs for Casper in Game 1, 12 runs last night, already 7 runs through the first 4+ innings tonight. It's a payoff pitch now to Chase Burke. Swing and a miss. Excellent work by Fred Juden to work back in the count and strike out the batter when it looked like the bomb was going to explode.
And can you find a way to finish the deal? This Casper team has gotten some huge 2-out hits in this one, and they've got a pretty clutch guy stepping up there with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs here.
That clutch guy is Dylan Schlotterback. He is 1 for 1 tonight, singled and walked twice. Fred starts him over with a curveball that gets in there for strike 1. So with Chase Burke going down, the first time that one of the top 3 guys for Casper has been retired tonight. 0-1. Too far inside, 1-1. And give Fred credit, too. I mean, all of his outings this season, significantly better than last season. That's what summer ball's all about. It's improvements year by year. Popped up out of play. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fred an out away from getting out of this. 9-inning contest tonight, as Sodbusters hopefully done with doubleheaders for the rest of the season. No doubleheaders scheduled. Have only had accidental ones with rain. Inside corner, froze him. Strike 3 called. Fred Juden allows the first 3 to reach, but no damage done. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Sodbusters still looking for their first run of the game. 7-0 Casper.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
You're watching Sodbuster Baseball, where it's a 7-0 ball game, and Ty Volmer back out for his 5th inning of work for Casper. He has pitched 4 consecutive zeros and in line to win the ball game if he can get through this 5th inning with the lead. And Sodbusters with, I'd say, tall order if they are to do something of that nature. Ty Volmer's just scattered 5 hits and 1 fateful inning where the Sodbusters had a golden opportunity. Heck, even 2 the past couple of innings. The Sodbusters have made noise but have not broken through, and they just keep seemingly coming closer and closer. So we'll see if this is the magic inning for the Sodbusters, with Alexiel Delgado followed by the top of the order due up. Delgado singled in the 3rd inning. He is 1 for 1 in his first at-bat tonight. And as we've told you a lot this season, a very weird offensive line for Alexiel. A figure that he should have a lot higher of an average than what his numbers represent. A $189 coming into the game, but the team leader in doubles, home runs, and RBIs. Goes after 1 out of the zone. It's 1-1 from Ty Volmer. Delgado was left stranded in the third inning at third base. Vollmer blows it by him. It's 1-2. Vollmer's average on his velocity for the fastball has been the upper 70s. It's really see guys sit around the 80s, middle 80s, maybe even upper 80s here in the Independence League, but Vollmer, one of the few guys that doesn't have the highest speed on the fastball, but gets the job done. 2-2 pitch to Delgado. Chops it, foul, and Danny Weiser makes the play. He was ready to chuck it back to the pitcher. Pitcher by trade is the new Sodbuster skipper, 4-year pitcher at Hastings College. 2-2 to Delgado. Gets a piece of it and might have chased ball 3 there. Like I mentioned earlier, just do whatever you can to get Vollmer out of the game and make the Spuds use some pitchers, and I think that's exactly their mindset right now. It's 7-0, but we want to make Sodbusters use some more. A seemingly sounded like a broken bat single, and Delgado has back-to-back hits to lead off the frame. They are looking at the lumber, inspecting it. Didn't think that he might have broken it there, but Delgado's on board.
Had only one hit against Casper coming into yesterday's game. Gets a 1-for-4 performance yesterday, and now 2-for-2 today.
Good to see Delgado getting some in the hit column. He records a multi-hit game, as he's had a hit in 3 of the last 4 contests. Back to the top of the order. Strike 1 to Drew Vega. Vega leads the team in hits and average, .337 coming into the ballgame with 30 hits, and all of them coming for singles. Drew Vega has not gotten past first base on a base hit this year. Wave and a miss, and Vega chases a bad ball, and he's down in the count, 0-2. "30 hits, 30 singles. That's just a eye-opening, baffling number to me. Got to get lucky at least one of those times into a gap, right? Especially with Vega's speed. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Ty Vollmer. Chopper off the plates, and it stays foul. Delgado thinking it was going to go fair. He'll have a long trot back to first base.
Yeah, even a blooper over the third baseman's head, you figure he's going to get to second sometime. It is a weird statistical anomaly, but also gives him a chance to steal some more bases, and he's been dynamite in that category.
Still down on the count, 0-2, trying to fight his way on. Fouls off another.
And what a weird stat in this one. Does it feel like Hastings and Casper have the same number of hits?
No. Feels like maybe the Sodbusters have 3 or so hits. And those 6 hits, 5 of them coming in the last 2 innings. That one not close. And it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sodbusters with a hit to lead off the frame. 2 hits in the 4th. 2 hits in the 3rd. 1 in the 1st. 1-2 again. Swing and a miss. Vollmer uses the junk to dispose of Drew Vega. And he punches out his 6th batter tonight.
And he's not supposed to be a strikeout guy, and he's struck out 2 Sodbusters 2 different times, including Drew Vega, who's 1 for 3, but 2 Ks against him.
So with that 6 strikeouts, Ty Vollmer now has a season high in strikeouts. His previous high was 5. That came against the Plainsmen back on June the 20th. The next batter, Ryan Jarvis. 0 for 2, has grounded out and struck out. Very close on the outside corner, but not called a strike. And it's 2 balls and no strikes to Ryan Jarvis. Caught up with him on our Sodbuster Spotlight Sodcast the other day. He sends one pretty well in the air to right field. And going way back is Jackson Bates. He makes the catch. Delgado tags at first, and he'll make it in safely. Excellent heads-up base running by Alexio Delgado with the moonshot to the outfield grass, and he tags up and advances into scoring position on a fly ball to right.
How deep is Duncan Field? That's how deep Duncan Field is, that you can tag up at first on a fly ball to right and really wasn't close.
At least 367 to both lines, and a lot of guys used to playing in a lot shorter fields. Here's Kyle Hiltbrand getting his first at-bat tonight. He takes the place of Sawyer Duddleston, who was tossed arguing a controversial call back in the third inning, at the end of the third inning, rather, and he's spending the rest of the day in the clubhouse. Kyle Hiltbrand takes over for him. Kyle's got 5 hits this summer in 12 games. 1 RBI, has walked 5 times and struck out 7 times. Spent his spring at Western Oregon University as he's a California native. Breaking ball downstairs, and Hiltbrand takes it. He's vehemently shaking his head. Maybe almost convincing the umpire not to call it a strike, or telling himself, nope, don't want that. Runner in scoring position, Sodbusters still without a run, but are potentially a base hit away from getting on the board. The magic has been here at Duncan Field so much this season, but the Casper Spud magic of just their entire team has been better so far this series. Hiltbrand fouls it off to stay alive, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Other action in the Independence League tonight. Fremont's hosting the Nebraska Prospects. They lead them 5-2, and Spearfish leads the Bison 5-1. And Oahe has the night off. 2-2 pitch to Hiltbrand. That one right down the middle, and they call it a ball, and they check out to the field umpire, who says no swing. The Sodbusters catch multiple breaks there. Looked like a strike, and looked like Hiltbrand offered too. New life for the Sodbusters with the full count pitch now to Kyle Hiltbrand. Ball 4 up and away. And the Sodbusters catch a huge break to get first and second with 2 outs.
Here's your chance. Try to find a way to get someone to come through. Cale Jensen, certainly a nice candidate the way he's been swinging lately. And can Hastings crawl their way back into this one, down 7-0? You feel like if you get a couple here, then maybe that brings a little life to the home dugout, brings a little life to this crowd. And you got Fred Juden working out of a big jam in the bottom of the 5th. Sodbusters are in the top of the 5th, and maybe the Sodbusters here in the bottom of the 5th can respond and get runs of their own to turn this baby around.
Let's see what Cale Jensen can do. Extended his team best hitting streak to 9 games in his last at-bat with a single in the 4th. Low and away for ball 1, and feels like Cale Jensen's kind of taken over the first pitch swing guy on the team. If it's been in the zone, Jensen doesn't wait around and usually puts good contact on it. Pitch from Vollmer. Jensen fouls it off. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Ty Vollmer on his outing tonight. That was pitch number 85. So his pitch count getting up there. The Sodbusters making him work this past 3 innings after they were pretty quiet in the first 2 innings. The 1-1 skips off the glove of the catcher, Burt, and it gets away, and it's a wild pitch that moves up both runners. Now any single will get you a couple. Hiltbrand advances to second, Delgado to third. Delgado led off the inning with a single, and the Sodbusters, besides the first inning, they have gotten the leadoff man on in every inning, yet have no runs. 2-1 to Jensen. Fouls it off. Good pitch for Jensen to hit, but he missed it. Well, with Vollmer's slower than slow breaking balls, I would guess one of those is in order here. Something not in the strike zone. That one not close, and Burt, they forehanded or a backhanded stop. Don't see catchers do that too much, let alone catch it right in the center of the glove. It's a payoff pitch now to Cale Jensen. Big spot here for the Sodbusters. Popped in the air to center. Chase Burke is there, measures it up, and makes the grab for out number 3. The Sodbusters strand 2 more in scoring position, and Ty Vollmer, 5 scoreless innings, who has danced out of trouble for the 3rd consecutive inning. 7-0, still our score. We go to the 6th on Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
6th inning, Sodbusters still without a run and trying to keep Casper without a run for the rest of the game. Hopefully the Spuds have used all their offense, and they'll go for another inning out of Dalton Juden, who had a little bit of a rough start to his outing, but settled in nicely for the final 2 batters to strike them out. Put up a 0 in his last inning. He begins his 2nd full inning of work. And we'll begin the 6th inning with Steve Stein.
Weird line. Both teams, 6 hits, 1 error. Spuds, 7 runs, and the Sodbusters with 0. 3 in the first, 4 in the fourth. One of the differences, 8 free passes, 6 walks, and 2 at-batsmen issued by this Hastings pitching staff. Meanwhile, the Casper guy, Vollmer, with just a couple of walks, and he's been able to work out of trouble. And Casper's also been able to get timely 2-out hitting. One reason they are in front is they have their left-handed hitting DH up there, Josh Phillips. Phillips has not been able to join the offensive party yet, as he takes a couple out of the zone, 2 balls and no strikes. A couple of pop-ups and a strikeout for Josh Phillips, who stands in the left-handed box, as Fred Juden taken over for Dalton last inning. And it certainly looked like a bleak start for him, a walk and a hit batsman of the 8 and 9 hitters, but is able to work around that. Fielder's choice grounder, strikeout to put a 0 on the board, and he's fallen behind here, 3-0. As the pitch comes in, high for ball 4. So 4-pitch walk to Josh Phillips, and that has been the issue for both of the Judens today. Dalton threw 103 pitches, 56 of them strikes. Fred, in his first inning, 22 pitches, half of them strikes, and so he's now thrown less than half his pitches over in his outing so far, and he works to Chandler Stocking, who's had a productive day. 0 for 1, a pair of sacrifice flies and 2 runs batted in, as he has had a very similar line, and the guy behind him has been the big hitter with extra base hits with 2 outs, who have really put the finishing touches on what have been 3- and 4-run innings. First pitch strike, second pitch fouled away. No balls and 2 strikes on Chandler Stocking, one of the 10 returning players from last year's squad, which went 34-25 and won the second half of the Independence League. Ended up losing to Fremont 3-2 in the championship series. The Spuds already guaranteed a spot in the championship series this year. They'll face either the second half champs or the team with the second best overall record. And the way Casper's playing right now, you think that second possibility is the more likely of the scenarios. The 0-2 pitch is on the way, and this one is grounded back up the middle, and it is center field for a base hit. So Casper first and second, nobody out, leading it 7-0.
Yeah, you know, Stocking wanted to get in on the offensive fun, too. Had driven home a couple of runs on a sac fly, but wanted to run the bases himself, and seems like we've mentioned there are no holes in this Spud lineup and no easy outs tonight.
Matt Marsick, who came into today 2 for 14 against the Hastings Sodbusters. He is 2 for 4 with a 2-run double and a 2-run triple, both coming with 2 outs. The killer hits in each inning. Pops this one down the third base line. Up, but there's no way, but great hustle for Dina Morales and Josh Printer to make it interesting. Neither could get there. It's no balls and a strike. As you look at the standings here in the Independence League, the battle for second place is certainly tough. The Sodbusters have such a tough schedule down the stretch. Both Fremont and Spearfish winning today so far. Coming into today, the Sasquatch 22-13, both Fremont and Hastings 21-14 overall. And so high drama for the second spot as Marsick takes a mighty swing and cannot make contact. No balls and 2 strikes, but you look at the respective schedules. Sodbusters with more against the Spuds tomorrow and then 3 more. Then they'll play Fremont for 3. Both Spearfish and Fremont have much easier schedules down the stretch than Hastings. So the Sodbusters are going to have to beat some good teams if they're going to have a chance at the playoffs at the end of the year. Particularly if Casper keeps being Casper. 7-0 today. The Spuds looking for win number 21 in a row. And you get in a streak like this, they just feel like, well, there's no way we're going to lose. We'll find a way to win, and kind of what they've done the last couple of days. Bouncing ball into right field, base hit. They'll have runners at every bag and nobody out as Marsick has himself a 3-hit day. Bases loaded, nobody out for Jackson Bates.
Last year's hit leader in the Independence League, and he has turned it on ever since that big hit last night for Marsick when he, excuse me, I think it's someone else. But Marsick, he did have some success against the Sodbusters, and it was only a matter of time before he busts out.
Had a couple of runs batted in and a run scored yesterday. It felt like he had hits just because of the productive nature of the game. The Sodbusters do have left-handed action in the bullpen behind Juden as Danny Weiser out visiting with Fred Juden. So Dalton Juden getting the start today. Able to work his way through 4 innings. Then Fred came in, able to get to 3 outs in the 5th with no runs allowed, but it's really tough here this inning with the bases loaded, nobody out. Worked out of a first and second no-out situation last inning, but it's going to have to get through Bates, Burt, and Billingsley. The 3 Bs, the killer Bs there at the bottom of the order, trying to make this one a laugher. 7-0. You felt like if the last couple of innings, if you just could have got a timely 2-out hit, we'd have ourselves a ball game. The Sodbusters stranding 7 through the first 5 innings. 2 in scoring position in the 5th, 2 in scoring position in the 4th, and a pair left on back in the 3rd inning. That was the inning they would have had bases loaded, nobody out, but had a base running error that kind of put the damper on the inning, and then Casper would follow that up with a 4-run top of the 4th, and that's, don't want to say that's your ball game, but that's kind of where we are right now. 0-1 delivery on the way, and this one is popped high into the air center field. Alexiel Delgado back on it a couple of steps, brings the pitch home, runners tag, and the throw's going to be cut off, but everybody's still going to be able to advance anyway, as Jarvis, first baseman, cut it off. A tremendous base running for the Casper Spuds, as all of the guys tag and advance. It's a sac fly for Bates. He will bring home Phillips. Stocking takes 3rd, and Marsick takes 2nd. And Parker Burt comes to the plate, hoping to do just what his last guy did and maybe put one in the air and bring another run home. It's 8-0. So 1 out on the board for Fred Juden. Let's see if he can get a second right here. Check of the runners and the pitch. High and tight, great stop for Sato. That is another thing we just really haven't maybe stressed enough. Yamato Sato has turned into perhaps the best defensive catcher this Hastings team has had. I really liked what Fred Bond did, but we just haven't seen Fred. He's been out of town in terms of blocking balls and keeping balls in front. But Yamato, you just don't see very many things get by him, and he's made some amazing stops to keep runs off the board. 1 ball and 1 strike, and had some very challenging stops because some of the Sodbuster pitchers have been a little wild at times. 1-1 delivery, that is not wild, as that is right there. 1-2 the count on Parker Burt. Walked his last time up. He's 0 for 2. Catcher for the Casper Spuds made a really good play back in that third inning to wipe away a base runner and keep the Sodbusters off the board that inning. And Casper has since added 5 more and lead it 8-0. They now have out-hit the Sodbusters in the contest 8-6. Each team has committed an error. Fred Juden sets, brings it home, and a great job for Burt to foul away one in off the fist and gets another chance here at 1-2. Extending the counts. A lot of these Casper guys pretty good at that as well. Make them throw another pitch. Work the pitch counts. Put pressure on the other team to bring more pitchers in. And it's not fun when you're playing a team like that 7 games in a row. Particularly for a Hastings team that is challenged pitching-wise anyway. If you have different guys in there, a guy like James Velasquez, who they expected to maybe throw 40 or 50 innings from Hastings College, not healthy. Bouncing ball to the shortstop, Renner's got it, low throw, but right off the turf, Jarvis, no problem, 2 outs, run scores. Good job for Juden to prompt a ground ball. Parker Burt grounds it to the shortstop, but he gets an RBI. So 2 have scored in the inning. Runner at third, 2 outs, and the number 9 hitter, Hunter Billingsley, comes to the plate. 9-0 now, Casper on top. Billingsley hit by a pitch his last 2 at-bats. First pitch swinging, lofts it in the air to left center field. Sodbusters' Cale Jensen over to make the play. And again, not a bad job for Juden. Bases loaded, nobody out. Casper does what they need to do. They get the 2 runs. Juden does what he needs to do, gets 3 outs, and we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's 9-0 Spuds. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain? Lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Catch the spirit.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Out of the bottom half of the 6th inning, 9-0 Casper as the Spuds seemingly on the way to their 21st straight win. Unbeaten in second half Independence League competition at 11-0. Spearfish sneaky, they're just right there. If they win today, they would go to 9-2, and Fremont would go to 9-3 if they win. So second half title has certainly not been decided yet. And the weird thing is, if Hastings beats Casper in a few games, you put Spearfish and Fremont back in order to win the second half, and right now, Hastings' best chance is to finish with the second best overall record. So it's a weird dynamic that Hastings has, but you just got to win some games and I hope other teams can find a way to beat Spearfish and Fremont. Meanwhile, the Sodbusters will have Dino Morales come to the plate. He is 0 for 2. Reached on an error and flew out to right. As the Sodbusters in the second half, well back, they're now 6-6. Oahe 5-6 in the second half standings in the Independence League. And the count goes to 1 strike on Dino as he's trying to find his way on for the first time today. Hard hit ball, great play, diving stop, third baseman Hunter Billingsley gets a little web gem. Good job for the Spuds there. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. It's a 9-0 contest, and that will bring to the plate Josh Printer.
Web gem, exactly. Billingsley leaving his feet, and it's just that kind of night for the Sodbusters. Absolutely nothing going right for him.
Here's Josh Printer, 1 for 2 on the day for Hastings. Could be his last hurrah for baseball. A guy who has got his degree in interdisciplinary studies and wants to be a college baseball coach, and haven't got official word, but it sounds like he has got his next job in line, and hopefully it all works out for Josh the way he wants it to, but would love to have him play baseball well into August here if Sodbusters can find a way to get some late season July magic. And I thought it was interesting, Scott Galusha, in our conversation yesterday, said, in the future few years, here's a guy who could be a candidate to be a summer coach for this Hastings Sodbuster team if he continues to progress the way he does, just from a leadership standpoint. Puts this one in play to the right side. Nice play for the first baseman, who dishes to the pitcher covering. Good hustle over for Vollmer as Cody Clausius dishes to Vollmer. 3-1 of the putout, 2 outs here in the 6th. And Yamato Sato will try to salvage the inning for the Hastings Sodbusters. 2 outs, nobody on. Say the Sodbusters a very quiet 6 hits today. They've been out hit 9-6. They've stranded 7 runners. Went down with the minimum back in the 2nd. Have not gone down in order today, even though sometimes it just feels like they have. It's just no zeros on the board that just has not been able to put a run across. Pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike to count on Yamato Sato. And some days it's going to be who gets the big 2-out hits. Today, Casper has gotten every one of them. And the Hastings Sodbusters have been thoroughly frustrated when they have had their opportunities late in innings. 1-1 delivery is a bouncer back up the middle. Shortstop's got it. Sets, plenty of time, and the throw to first is in time as Schlotterbeck guns down Sato. And the Sodbusters are retired in order for the first time today, and that may earn Ty Vollmer another inning. We are through 6, 9-0 Casper, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Head of the 7th inning, Fred Juden doing a nice job. Got a visit from Danny Weiser after seeing the bases loaded, nobody out behind him, and was able to get the next 3. 2 did score for Casper, but at this point in the game, just trying to find a way to get an extra inning. Manage your bullpen as best you can. We saw Xander Hardy warming last inning. He's already throwing pitches to get ready to go for this, and if Fred can't get some outs this particular frame, Fred's throwing 41 pitches after Dalton threw 103 in a starter's role. Sodbusters trail at 9-0, certainly looking like they'll have to try to come back and salvage the final game of the 4-game series tomorrow, and you'd love to do that on getaway day. That would make that bus ride to Casper much more pleasant and give yourself a little bit of hope heading into Casper, a team that has won 15 out of 16 at home this year. Been really solid in that respect as well. Pitch fouled away, no balls and a strike as we see the top of the order. Cody Clausius continuing where he left off yesterday. He's scored a couple of more runs for this Casper team. He is 1 for 3. Pitch well out of the zone, 1 ball and 1 strike on Cody Clausius. Clausius, Ryan mentioned he was well down to the batting order for the first couple of games, but all he did was go 5 out of 10 on those 2 days with a couple of RBIs and runs scored. Said, hey, let's bat him leadoff, and well, he's done all right in that role as well. 1-2 the count now on Clausius. Playing first base today for the Spuds. Swing and a miss. Good job, Mr. Juden. Fred gets the strikeout there. Struck out a couple in his initial frame and gets his 3rd strikeout since coming in for the Hastings Sodbusters.
And 5 times, first time, Clausius has been retired, and hoping for a trend of more things like that for the Sodbusters, who've been behind the 8 ball since the first inning.
Chase Burke to the plate now. He has walked, reached on an infield single, struck out 1 for 2 on the day with 2 runs scored as the top 3 batters in the order have combined to score 6 of the 9 runs. Pitch at the top of the zone, strike 1 on Chase Burke, who had the game-turning hit yesterday as he came in with a pinch hit triple to drive home 2 as part of a 3-run 8th. Now the Sodbusters would battle back, tie it in the 9th, and oh my, would you love to have the 9th inning back. Runner at third, less than 2 outs, could not get the winning run. And Casper would take advantage with a 5-run 10th and win it 12-8. Pitch misses here as Chase Burke now ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike. Right-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher, Fred Juden. Brings it home. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Vega, the second baseman's got it. Throws to first. You better hurry. Man, Burke is just fast. 4-3 on the putout. 2 up, 2 down, and ladies and gentlemen, Sodbusters trying for a 1-2-3 inning for the Casper Spuds here in the 7th. So we will see Dylan Schlotterback come to the plate. And not only 1-2-3, but 1-2-3 against the top of the order for the Casper Spuds, which has been really good against Hastings today. A little bit high for a ball. Now give Juden some credit as he got Burke and Schlotterback on strikeouts back in the 5th, so he's already had success against these guys. Coming in with a little confidence, brings the 1-0 pitch over, and that's fouled away. And 1-1 the count on Schlotterback. Walked twice, had a single in his first 3 at-bats, scored 2 runs, also drove in 1. Another productive day for the shortstop for the Casper Spuds. 9-0 Casper on top. Has the 1-1 delivery on the way. At the letters for a strike as Schlotterback didn't think so. He'll step back in. But it's a lot easier to take that when you're up 9-0. Juden working quickly here in the 7th. Brings the pitch home. Low and another smothering stop for Yamato Sato. That's a nice heart and courage play. I mean, there's nobody on. Don't have to stop it. Just playing the position like you're supposed to, and Yamato Sato just flat wouldn't let it get by him. 2-2 the count. Juden out of the stretch, and the pitch. A little bit high. Ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Schlotterback trying to work his way on and spoil the chance at the Sodbusters 1-2-3 inning. Leading RBI producer out of Paris Junior College, another Texas guy. The pitch. Fouled away. Schlotterback. It feels like he's been better against Hastings than he has in terms of the production. 3 out of 14 against the Sodbusters coming into today, but 1 for 3 yesterday, but a 3-run triple, 1 for 3 with 4 runs batted in and 3 runs scored. So weird numbers for just 1 hit. And takes a pitch for a ball here. Another fine stop from Sato, so a 2-out walk. And Josh Phillips, the DH, will come to the plate. Josh Phillips has had a busy series. Playing in the field the first 2 days, has also pitched in both games, picked up a save, and got the win. So he has done a little bit of everything for this team, and mercifully gets the day off from the field just doing the DH work. And one of the guys who does not have a hit, 0 for 3, but has walked and scored a run. 9-0 for Casper. And the pitch right across for strike. No balls and a strike. Xander Hardy's ready to go. He's stopped his warm-up pitches, or perhaps they're going to allow Fred to keep going. In a perfect world, you'd like to just let Fred get a few more outs here, save as many as you can for tomorrow, and then 3 straight in Casper. A travel day, and then the Sodbusters will be back home to take on Fremont. A 3-game series, July 16th, 17th, and 18th. Another travel day as the Sodbusters will hit the road to play Oahe. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sodbusters are a strike away from ending the inning once again. And hard to believe, we're thinking about ending the years. The Sodbusters mentioned 3 against Fremont. Then they'll have 2 in Grand Island with the Bison. Line drive, center field, base hit. The inning continues. First and second, 2 outs, 9-0 as Casper gets Josh Phillips his first hit of the game. He is 1 for 4, and Chandler Stocking tries to keep it going for the Spuds.
Phillips, another guy with a hit streak coming into the game, and in his 5th plate appearance, extends it to 7 straight.
9-0 Casper on top. They are averaging 10 runs a game against the Sodbusters. They really, from a batting average standpoint, well below their season average against Hastings overall. As Stocking steps in and it hits this one into left field for a base hit. Bases are going to be loaded. And after 2 up, 2 down, and 2 strikes on the third hitter, a chance at 3 up and 3 down. Doesn't that seem like a long time ago? Walk, single, and here come the Spuds again. Casper against Hastings coming into today was hitting just .264, about 50 points below their team season batting average, but pitching to a 3.91 ERA. Meanwhile, the Sodbusters hitting .224 against the Spuds with a 9.41 ERA, averaging pretty much a 10-5 victory every time they take the field against Hastings, which is pretty much what they've done against the entire league. They're averaging a 10-4 victory every time they play a game in the Independence League. They have been the team to beat. 1-0 the count on Matt Marsick. Marsick has been the Sodbuster slayer today. Oh, my goodness. 3 hits. If you like to dream, I'd give him $5 if he could do it. A home run away from the cycle. Single, double, triple, 4 runs batted in, a 3-hit contest. We've not seen a home run here this year. 2-0 delivery. And fouls the pitch away right off the fist.
Tried to swing for the fences there, and with Marsick's stature, I would gladly give him the money if he put one over the wall here.
He does have a home run. He has a double, 33 runs batted in. But he does not have a home run at Duncan Field. No one has a home run at Duncan Field in the Independence League this year. 2-1 the count. Juden brings the pitch home. Foul back to the screen, 2-2 on Marsick. Trying for a 4-hit day, though. Oklahoma Baptist, his home college. He's from Arlington, Texas, one of the many returnees on the team, and the top stolen base guy for this Sodbuster squad. 2-2 with 2 outs. Juden trying to finish the deal. Hardy up and warming again for Hastings. Just misses the zone, now 3-2. What was seemingly going to be a crisply played 7th inning has drug onward, as we have now seen Fred Juden hit the 67 pitch mark for the Hastings Sodbusters in his relief outing. Runners go, pitch high, ball 4. So 2 up, 2 down turns into a bases-loaded walk. Walk, single, walk as Matt Marsick drives in his 5th run of the day. Schlotterback scores, Josh Phillips to 3rd, Chandler Stocking to 2nd, and the inning continues with Jackson Bates coming to the plate. Bates a productive at bat his last time up as he had a sacrifice fly during that 2-run 6th inning. Tremendous fundamentals for Casper as they loaded the bases with nobody out, then got a sac fly and a ground out to bring home 2 runs. Just what you're supposed to do, get the runs home with less than 2 outs. Juden behind in the count, 1-0, brings it home. Big swing, no contact. He's the beer batter, by the way. Sodbusters looking to retire the beer batter so far this year, 13-9. So they have struck out the beer batters 13 times in 22 home games, giving reduced price alcohol to the fans here, and it's not going to happen this time as a pop-up on the infield, but more importantly for the Sodbusters, or is it down 9-0? Would beer be better? I don't know. Pop up to the second baseman. Drew Vega makes the play, and after all of that, Casper does settle for 1, and they take a 9-0. Actually, they take a 10-0 lead. Yeah, I got to put another on the scoreboard. 10-0 is the score. 10-0 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
We bring you Sodbuster Baseball. Another run for Casper. They get a run on 2 hits now. Have out hit the Sodbusters 10-6. They lead it 10-0 now. And Ty Volmer, after his 9-pitch 6th, will get the 7th, or at least to start out anyway, as Hastings is going to send the 8, 9, and 1 hitters up there, trying to find a way to maybe build a little momentum for tomorrow, or just one of those you just want to flush away and start anew tomorrow. One way or the other, Sodbusters trying to do their best here in the final third of this one. And Massar will try to get it started. A walk and a strikeout. His first 2 plate appearances against Ty Volmer, who is just pretty much doing what Ty Volmer's done throughout the year with his ERA of a little over 1 coming into this one. And throws a first pitch strike. Doesn't overpower you. You look up, you feel like, okay, we can hit this guy. We can get something done. And Ty Volmer's 5-0 with a 1.36 ERA and a soft grounder to the left side. Third baseman's got it, and he throws that one way over the head of his first baseman, Cody Clausius. So Hunter Billingsley, a little airmail there, and the Sodbusters see if they can take advantage of a rare miscue for the Casper Spuds. The runner at first, and nobody out, as Casper has committed its second error of the day.
And now make that the leadoff guy on in 5 of 7 innings. No runs on the board.
Yep, just not doing many things well in terms of advancing runners and getting them home when you have the opportunity. Here's Alexiel Delgado. He's had a productive day at the bottom of the order, though, 2 for 2, and he swings and misses at an off-speeder here. No balls and a strike on Alexiel Delgado. So getting it turned around here as of late. Had a multi-hit game against Spearfish, 2 for 4, double, 2 runs batted in, and a run scored, and now gets his second multi-hit game of the homestand. Homestand comes to an end tomorrow. Then it's a road trip to Casper before a merciful day off. And then you'll see Fremont for 3, and then 2 games in Grand Island at Ryder Park against the Bison. Bison kind of similar to the Plainsmen, just a travel-only team. They put that team together to play games in July to help teams fill the home schedule. The Sodbusters will get a pair against the Bison. They haven't won a game yet. Nearly won their opener against Oahe, but have not been close since, as Spearfish put it to them yesterday and the day before. They're wrapping up a 3-game series today. And Spearfish was well in front. Fremont had a lead on the Prospects as well. Neither of those scores favorable for the Sodbusters as they try to stay with Spearfish and Fremont for the second best overall record in the Independence League. 1-2 the countdown, Delgado, and the pitch is drilled to the left center field gap. Could be trouble, but pretty good outfielders out there, and Chase Berg dives, can't get there. It's by him. Sodbusters have 2 guys nearly on top of one another. Master turns the corner at second, dives for third. It's a double off the bat of Alexiel Delgado. He's got a 3-hit game, and the Sodbusters have second and third. Nobody out with the top of the order coming up.
Put a charge into one to Delgado, and Burke at center field, he got there. He overran the ball. That one thought he was going to have to all-out dive, but kind of have to bring his glove closer back to his body. So it's a tough play either way, so should go down as a double. To credit Burke for getting there. And I mean, with all the Spuds outfielders we've seen this series, it's almost like you're expecting them to catch it. So
no
it's
kidding.
just oh, thank goodness, when you saw the ball hit the ground there.
And it would be fascinating. I don't know who would win the race, but, you've got that guy, and you've got Elijah Reeves. I don't know who wins the foot race, but they both can fly, and they're both tremendous center fielders. Reeves has today off. It's the first pitch strike to Drew Vega, another very speedy guy for the Sodbusters. He is 1 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts and an infield single. Trying to find a way to break through, put some runs on the board. Off-speeder right across for strike 2. 0-2 the count on Drew Vega. One of the many Arkansas Tech products. Had a chance to play baseball and football for his dad, who was the coach at the time. Exercise science major. And goes down on strikes. So 3 strikeouts for Vega, who will mutter something to himself as he heads to the dugout. And Ryan Jarvis tries to find a way to bring a runner home with less than 2 outs. Can he get it done? First opportunity this inning goes by the wayside. Second and third, 1 out. Ryan Jarvis, hard hit ball, foul. About 3 feet away from a double and 2 runs batted in for Ryan Jarvis. He's looking for his first hit of the day. 0 for 3 batting in the 2 spot for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Vollmer pretty much going with curveball or breaking ball here, and just about every pitch so far. There's 3 straight breaking balls to Vega, and starts off Jarvis with the breaking ball. See if the Sodbusters pick up on any trend there.
Should be coming to the end of the day. I think it's still 110 for the maximum number, and that was pitch 110. You get a chance to finish the batter you're on, but likely the last guy that Vollmer's going to face here in inning number 7 with the Sodbusters down 10-0. Off speed, great one. 1-2 the count now on Ryan Jarvis. The Sodbusters trying to find a way to break through and end what has been a frustrating offensive drought in this contest. 7 hits on the board. Sodbusters have stranded 7, and many of those in scoring position. Vollmer trying to put the finishing touches on what's been a gem for him. Bounces it in there. It bounces away. Sodbusters going to try to score the run. Not in time. Wild pitch. Here comes a second run home, and the Sodbusters will get 2 on an unusual play there. Give a wild pitch to score Nathan Massar. Then the throwback from the catcher gets away, allowing Delgado to score. So the Sodbusters get a wild pitch and an error, and they're on the board here in inning number 7. Meanwhile, it's 2-2 now on Ryan Jarvis as the Sodbusters get a pair. Hastings down 10-2, and Ryan Jarvis. Now with the bases empty situation, Vollmer will go back into the wide. And here's the delivery. Little looper into center field. That's a base hit. So Hastings battling here, trying to build some momentum, if not for tonight, for tomorrow. So you're down by 10. Now you're down by 8. It's looking fairly bleak, and that should be the end of the day, as we will see. The head coach and the pitching coach, James Batten, has done a great job with his team here in the first year. There will be a pitching change, as we'll see a new guy, Ty Vollmer, just doing a great job for this Spuds team again. Pitching change for Casper, 10-2 the score. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Sodbusters hoping to get to that Casper bullpen much earlier. They have to wait till there's 1 out in the 7th inning, and they will see a left-hander, Lorenzo Bailey, out of Arkansas Pine Bluff. He's from Texas, one of the many guys from the Lone Star State. No record, a 6.7 ERA, making his 10th appearance in 6 2/3 innings. He's allowed 5 runs, 10 hits, struck out 10, and walked 9, and he comes in a fairly non-pressure situation. Runner at first, 1 out, 2 home here in the 7th, but his team is up 10-2. Sodbusters trying to keep it going with Hiltbrand, Jensen, and Morales, the scheduled hitters, against this product of Arkansas Pine Bluff. 10 runs, 10 hits for the Spuds. They've committed 3 errors now. The Sodbusters 2 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. 2 of the errors have come this inning. Throwing error allowing Massar to reach. Delgado follows that with a double, and then the Sodbusters getting their 2 runs on the same pitch, a wild pitch, and then an error allowing a second run to score. So even in the run-scoring inning, Sodbusters can't get the big hit for the RBI, but maybe that's still to come. Kind of prime the pump. Let's see a huge inning here. And like I told Mason to begin the day, it's going to be an extra inning win today to break the streak. And he just yelled at me. And, how long are we going to be playing if we get to extra innings down 10-2 in the 7th, huh?
Well, how many times, Steve, now have you tried to predict something and the complete opposite things happen?
Sure. That's right.
So tack another one on there.
Yep, there you go. It's going to be Kyle Hiltbrandt coming to the plate now for the Hastings Sodbusters, getting his second at-bat after he had to come in for Sawyer Dettleston, who was ejected from the game back in inning number 3. And Kyle had a walk in his first plate appearance. Right-handed hitter against the left-handed pitcher, and the delivery is a beauty. Curveball right over the inside corner for a strike, and if that's the kind of stuff this guy has, it's going to be pretty tough on this Hastings team. Jarvis at first. Couple of stolen bases for him in 4 attempts. Not going anywhere, down by 8. Pitches in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike on Kyle Hiltbrandt for the Hastings Sodbusters. Hiltbrandt, 200 coming into today with an RBI and 9 runs scored, 2 for 8 in the homestand. And the delivery, bouncer to the left side. The shortstop on a couple of hops, throws to first. Kyle's out, and advancing to second on the play will be Jarvis. 6-3 as Slaughterback able to gun down Hiltbrandt, and that will bring up Cale Jensen, who's 1 for 3 on the day. Cale picking up a stolen base to go along with that single back in the 4th. Sodbusters had a second and third opportunity but could not get it done as they were shut out until this frame. Trying to get another back to make the deficit 7. Good pitch in there for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike on Cale Jensen, who's going to be headed back to Northeast Community College. He's basically already got his associates. Going to be working on a personal training certificate. Eventually, we'll go into chiropractic school if it's all going according to plan. So he'll have pre-chiropractic at his 4-year school, wherever that is, after another year at Northeast. Still trying to track some tension after a tremendous year this past season for the Hawks. 1-1 pitch on the way. Nice curveball, drops out of the knees. It's 1-2, and the Sodbusters are a strike away from ending this 7th. They did get on the board, looking for a little bonus run here. 1-2 the count, lefty-lefty matchup. This has got to be pretty tough for a left-handed hitter against this dude. Wow. Ball 2, somehow. I don't know how Jensen took that one. Bottom dropped out of it, looking like it was coming right at Cale's chest. And apparently missed the inside corner at the turf. Quite a bit of movement for Lorenzo Bailey. 2-2 delivery. Looks to the outside corner and misses. Now it's 3-2 on Jensen. Dino Morales hoping to get it at bat. He is 0 for 3 on the day. Cale Jensen, key contributor last year for the Sodbusters when he hit .270. And had a lot more fun this summer just in terms of wins and losses. A lot more meaningful games. As this pitch just out of the zone. Borderline pitch does not go the way of Lorenzo Bailey, and there's first and second at 2 outs now for Dino. Morales reached on an error. He also has flown out and lined out. Dino trying to get a hit here today. Hasn't had many at-bats in the homestand. Just 3 for 8 coming in. 5 for 12 against Casper overall. Did have a multi-hit game against the Spuds. It was quite a game, by the way. Back in the first game, up in Casper, went 3 for 4 with 3 doubles, 2 runs batted in, and a run scored. He has 4 doubles this year. 3 of them came in that game at Casper. Ahead in the count here, 1-0. And grounds this one foul, 1-1 the count. First and second, 2 outs. Sodbusters looking for a big 2-out hit. They just have not had it today. Casper has. Consequently, 10-2 the score here in the home half of the 7th. As the pitch comes in, Dino puts it on the ground to the third baseman, who will be able to step on the bag to get the force. Hunter Billingsley able to force out Jarvis at third. And the Sodbusters do not score anymore. They get 2 runs on the board, however, on a couple of hits, and they leave 2, and after 7 complete, it's 10-2 Casper, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
Casper leads Hastings 10-2 as we head to the final 2 frames of this one. And to take us home, here is Ryan Valenta.
Thank you, Steve. New arm on the mound for the Busters. It's one of the southpaws on the team, Xander Hardy. Xander will be making his 6th appearance tonight, his first appearance since June 22nd. He was primarily used in relief those last couple weeks of June, but has seen some time off here, but with Sodbusters losing a few pitchers as of recent. If you recall, lost the South Dakota State duo of Jack Kruger and Jude Sundquist. James Velasquez out for the remainder of the season with some arm issues. Nathan Massar having some elbow stiffness, and a couple of the other guys just struggling. Perfect time to get Hardy an inning or 2 of work in a low-leverage situation with this game pretty much all but decided. To lead things off, Casper will send up a pinch hitter in the place of Parker Burt. This is Maddox Henderson, who takes down low for ball 1. Maddox Henderson he appeared in the first game of the series. He was the catcher, but got yesterday off. Henderson struck out twice in his 2 at-bats on Monday and is 0 for 2 in this series. On the season, it's just 2 for 7, has seen very limited playing time. Punches one into right field, and that's going to fall for a little blooper of a base hit. And Henderson picks up hit number 3 on the summer, and the Spuds keep putting pressure on the Sodbusters, even with this 8-run lead. That'll bring up the bottom of the order. In Hunter Billingsley, he'll be the regularly scheduled hitter. Billingsley hitless tonight, is 0 for 2, but has been hit by a pitch twice. And hitting the 9th place hitter, let alone twice, does not bode well for a defense. Busters getting on the board with 2 runs in the last half of the inning. Looking to hang a 0. Casper has gotten on the scoreboard in 3 of the last 4 innings. The 6th inning was the last scoreless inning for Casper. Runner at first, Maddox Henderson with the leadoff single. Hardy's delivery, too low downstairs, and he's missed with 3 straight to Billingsley. Hardy in 5 appearances, 8 in the 3rd innings pitched, has a 1-0 record. He won his last outing. 9 hits, 7 runs. That's fouled off the foot of Billingsley. 9 hits, 7 runs, only 5 earned, 8 walks and 4 strikeouts. He has a 5.0 ERA. Defense still remains the same for the Sodbusters. Only last change was Kyle Hiltbrand when he came on for Sawyer Duddleston earlier in the game. Wind has pretty much died down here at Duncan Field. The sun has set. Just us, this big ballpark, and the lights. Base hit the opposite way for Hunter Billingsley, and the bottom of the order now coming alive for Casper with the top of the order due up. Back-to-back singles for the Spuds. Henderson moves up to second. And getting his 6th plate appearance tonight will be Cody Clausius. Spuds made it almost completely through. 6 times through the lineup last night. And looking to do so again as they've got 2 more at-bats to come. This inning and next. Clausius takes down low. Hardy just misses. 1 ball and no strikes.
What a day for Clausius yesterday. Raised his batting average 16 points. Plays at Gettysburg College. They are the Bullets. He hit .309 in the spring. It's an NCAA Division III school.
1-0 pitch from Hardy to Cody Clausius. Wow, what a stop by Sato to keep the runners put. On the pitch that missed very badly. Clausius 1 for 4 today, singled in the first inning, but has been on base a total of 4 times. His strikeout last inning was the first time he'd been retired tonight. Casper wanting some more here. Trying to put the hurt on the Busters at home and win this series. Unless the Sodbusters can miraculously come back, like Steve said, we'll be playing for a series salvage win tomorrow. Casper winning 7-6 on Monday and 12-8 yesterday. And that game went to extra innings. 3-0 pitch, right over for strike 1. Sodbusters with a very tough schedule going forward, and after they get done playing Casper on Sunday, Sodbusters will become a Casper fan for the rest of the season. Clausius walks, and he's on base for the 5th time tonight. The reason I say you want to be a Spuds fan, because if Casper wins the second half like they won the first half, then the team with the best overall record gets in. Rather, if obviously somebody else does better than Casper, which is looking unlikely at this point, maybe Spearfish, who's only lost twice this second half. Sodbusters have to hop a few teams to get back in the running. First pitch down low to Chase Burke, and Hardy has loaded the bases with nobody out, and this one could get very ugly here this inning. Pitch fouled back. It's 1-1. Burke has walked once, singled twice, and been retired twice. 2 for 4 day for Mr. Burke. He was the hero for the moment in last night's game in the 8th inning when he gave the Spuds the lead. Sodbusters would tie it in the 9th. And the man on deck, Dylan Schlotterback, stabbed Hastings right in the heart in the 10th inning. 1-2 pitch. Hardy a strike away from getting the first out of the inning. Out of play and foul, and this Spuds team they put up fights in every count. Just almost seems like they never strike outs. They have been struck out 7 times tonight, but that seems a little high. 1-2 from Hardy. Ground ball to first. Jarvis has it. Throws home. It's a wild throw, but Sato applies the tag and holds on to retire the batter Henderson, or the runner Henderson, coming home. Not a good throw by Jarvis, but a good recovery from Yamato Sato.
Another really character play from Yamato Sato. You're down 10-0. Diving after that to make the stop and then the tag to get the first out of the inning, try to salvage this inning and minimize the damage, and there's out number 1, but it wasn't easy.
So Chase Burke reaches first base on the fielder's choice. That one's yanked to the screen, but no advancement by Hunter Billingsley at third base. Duncan Field with a vast backstop and 9 times, and probably more, even like 9.5 times out of 10, you see that run come home to score from third base. But Billingsley just didn't get a good read on it. Base is still loaded, but now with 1 out. Hardy's second pitch to Dylan Schlotterbeck misses just outside, 2-0.
Or did Will Hyenico decide to just hold his runner up by 8 at this point late in the 8th inning, not wanting to add on?
I think that's the MO of Casper, adding on and getting all those runs, but definitely could be a possibility. Down low, it's 3-0, and Billingsley's 1 pitch away from getting to trot home for free. .30 pitch, nowhere to put Dylan Schlotterbeck, who has reached 4 out of 5 in his plate appearances. He has been walked 3 times and singled once. Strike called on the inside corner, 3-1. Bases loaded, and Hardy trying to dance his way out of trouble. Still nothing across for the Spuds yet. That one is hit a long way to the left center field gap. Cale Jensen has it measured up, though, makes the catch. It will score a run, as tagging and scoring is Hunter Billingsley, and he crosses the dish. It's 11 runs now for the Spuds, and they have scored in the past 3 innings.
Good job, though, to get the second out. Chance to minimize the damage elsewhere in the Independence League. It's Fremont on top of the Prospects, 8-5. That in the 7th inning. And Spearfish, another fun day against the Bison baseball team, 18-1 in the 6th. Nobody doing Hastings any kind of favors.
Sodbusters definitely in control of their own destiny and cannot rely on any other teams to help them out. Ground ball to second base. Drew Vega lobs it over there, and that puts an end to the inning. Casper gets another. They lead it now 11-2. Sodbusters with 6 outs to go in the ballgame.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot, and sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
8th inning for the Sodbuster Bats. See what they can do down by 9 runs. Hastings is on the verge of suffering a very, very bad loss at home. If this final score holds, this would be their worst loss at home by a wide margin. A 9-run deficit faces the Sodbusters with 6 runs to get.
Yes, Sodbusters had pretty decent numbers on the old home field. .274 batting average, 3.79 ERA. Big difference between home and road, but certainly not what we've come to expect here at Duncan.
First pitch in there to Josh Printer, up high for ball 1. Sodbusters' worst loss at home so far to date was opening day against Fremont, where they lost 6-1. Printer swings and misses. Lorenzo Bailey is out for his 2nd inning of work. Bailey is a Atascocita, Texas native. Had to look that one up. Fly ball to right field. Over there is the right fielder Jackson Bates, still drifting back and puts the squeeze on it. Goes a long ways, but nothing to show for Josh Printer. Printer has one of the hits. and will likely end his day 1 for 4. 7-8, then the bottom of the order, then top of the order. Scheduled up for Hastings if they're able to get any base runners against Lorenzo Bailey. That one skips in there and clunks off the mask of Parker Burt, who appears to be unfazed by the ricochet. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Yamato Sato 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Misses in the counts. It's 2-0. The southpaw delivers. Sato goes after a pitch and misses. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1. Sato swings and misses again. Casper's 4 losses this entire season. 2 coming to Fremont. 1 to the Nebraska Prospects and 1 to Spearfish. 2-2 up high for ball 3, and if the score holds and we go to tomorrow's game with Casper extending their winning streak, it will officially be 1 month since the Spuds' last loss. Strike 3 right in the outside corner. Sato cannot pull the trigger. He struck out for the 3rd time tonight.
Just an amazing stat. Now, baseball at any level, you just do not see teams put these kind of numbers together. You win 65, 70% of baseball games in any league, you are an elite team. Just crazy numbers for this Casper squad, on the verge of 31-4 and 21 in a row.
Ball 1 is outside to Nathan Massar. And a defensive change for the Casper Spuds. Maddox Henderson, who pinch hit for Parker Burt, is still in the game. High chopper in between hops, snagged by the 3rd baseman. Got him. What a play by Hunter Billingsley on the run. Scoops it, throws it, and the Sodbusters are retired 1-2-3 in the 8th inning. Casper coming up in the 9th.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
One more inning to go in Game 3 of this 4-game series, where the Casper Spuds are 3 outs away from clinching this series and the overall season series against the Hastings Sodbusters, as Xander Hardy will work the 9th inning. A couple of guys throwing in the bullpen, but they've got shorts on, so I'll be just getting some work off of their usual bullpen sessions. And Xander Hardy will face 5, 6, and 7 in the Casper lineup. Chandler Stocking, Matt Marsick, and Jackson Bates. The 3 scheduled up to hit in the 9th inning. That is, unless the exception, if head coach Batten tries to go with a pinch hitter for anybody. Chandler Stocking digs in. Again, Casper making their 6th way through the lineup tonight. Stocking has singled in his past 2 at-bats. And he won't get a single out of this one. It's popped up, shallow outfield, and Josh Printer makes the grab at shortstop. 2 pitches and 1 out for Xander Hardy and the Busters in the 9th inning.
Well, you want to celebrate something, Ryan. You got to look at the bright side.
What could it possibly be?
This pitch will be the 200th of the night for the Hastings Sodbusters.
So that's basically the pitch count for, if you're a really good pitcher, 2 complete games, all stretched into one. First pitch is in there for a strike.
I'm all glass half full. I'm all, Hey.
Good for you, Steve.
Yeah.
At least we've got somebody here. The Sodbusters giving up 12 runs last night, 11 runs so far, as Matt Marsick really wants this cycle. He is swinging for the fences here. He has singled, doubled, and tripled the long ball, the last thing he's accomplished. If I was him, I'd just try to rope it into the gap and just keep running. Inside the park, home run counts too.
And this is the park to do it in.
We've seen several triples, especially in the past 2 games. Marsick had one of those triples in the 4th inning. Casper with 4 triples here at Duncan Field the past 2 nights. Hardy has missed with 2 straights after getting ahead 0-2. It's now 2-2. Sodbuster coaching staff and the players will swallow this pill and hopefully come out on the other side tomorrow. From 0-2 now to 3-2. Matt Marsick back in the count. Marsick is 3 for 4 today with a walk. Foul tip. Did Sato hang on? He did. Strike 3 as Marsick is retired on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. And 2 up, 2 down for Xander Hardy.
It's weird to say a guy who's gone 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, but Sato's my player of the game. I just, an 11-2 game, the way he plays it behind home plate, it has been a tough day for him, and he's caught all 202 of these pitches today. I give him a heck of a lot of credit.
The only person who has seen more pitches than that tonight is home plate umpire Steve Craze, and that has to be exhausting too. I mean, lots of strikes taken, lots of high drama early in the game that has since quieted down. The boys in blue are the real MVPs of every game. Not an easy job, but somebody's got to do it. Jackson Bates is the last hope if Spuds want to keep making some noise. Jackson Bates, with his 6th time around, he is hitless tonight. Excuse me, this is a pinch hitter. Before we get too deep into the line of Bates, this is Pedro Martinez. He takes ball 2 downstairs. Pedro Martinez, seeing his 3rd game against the Sodbusters this year, is 1 for 4 against Hastings. Just a $152 on the summer season with 5 hits. A Cleburne, Texas native. One of the couple of guys going to National Park College. Swings and misses on the pitch outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. National Park College, a community college in Hot Springs, Arkansas. 2-2 pitch. Xander Hardy a pitch away. Line to center field, and Delgado is there. It's a 1-2-3 inning. There's the silver lining tonight. The Spuds go down in order for the first time this evening, and the Sodbusters looking for a miracle in the 9th inning. We'll be right back on Sodbuster Baseball.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Last call for the Sodbusters. Down by 9 runs going into the 9th inning. Trying to get any sort of momentum for tomorrow's contest, which the Sodbusters will go into losing their third straight game, potentially tonight. And it will be a big uphill climb. We knew this was going to be a very tough series. The Sodbusters taking on the Goliath of the Independence League. But still, 4 games after tonight to get just at least one win against Casper this year. Casper almost reminds me of the Fremont that played at Duncan Field last year, where Fremont won every single game here against us last year except the very last game in the season finale. So Casper has taken over that role as the dominant force in the league. Alexiel Delgado, a 3-for-3 night for Mr. Delgado, and looking for one more to make it an even 4-for-4. Got him and then the top of the lineup due up. 1-0 pitch, inside corner for strike 1. Delgado coming into the contest, hitting a mere 189, but picks up hits numbers 18, 19, and 20 tonight. Off speed, low and away, 2 balls, 1 strike. Delgado's 2 singles and a double, and he scored the second Sodbuster run last inning, the 7th inning, when a couple came home on a wild pitch. Now 3 balls and 1 strike as Lorenzo Bailey trying to lock this thing down, beginning his 3rd inning of work. Delgado fouls it over the Sodbuster dugouts. Count runs full. Same time tomorrow night, 6:35 start time for the final game of the series between Casper and Hastings. Payoff pitch, Delgado to the left side. It sneaks through. He's done it. A perfect 4-for-4 night for Alexiel Delgado. And he has just under half the total team hits for Hastings. And there's your player of the game there, Steve.
Yamato Sato, the defensive player of the game, and Alexiel Delgado, the offensive player of the game for the Sodbusters. Really, and this gives you some options. Maybe you have a guy like Delgado, you put him back at the top of the order. That's you can move him around a little bit. I mean, they were kind of figuring he would be the leadoff guy this year, and love to see him get hot here in the final 3 weeks.
So Delgado with 3 hits off of Ty Volmer and 1 hit off of Lorenzo Bailey, whose night is done after he is lifted after the first batter he faces in the 9th inning. Spuds going to the bullpen, hopefully for the last time tonight. We'll be back after the pitching change.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Pitching change for the Casper Spuds as they will send the left-handed arm of Terrius Williams out to the mound, and he's put on in a low-leverage situation. He's had a rough summer so far for Casper. He's made 6 appearances but has only completed 3 innings of work, going less than an inning 4 out of those 6 outings. No record for Williams. 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, a 15.00 ERA. So he will be tasked with getting the final 3 outs after the leadoff single from Alexiel Delgado to make him 4-for-4 tonight. Top of the order will come up after Williams finishes his warm-up pitches. Jacksonville, Arkansas native. Last college stop for him in the spring was at Arkansas Pine Bluff. That's just like his previous pitcher, Lorenzo Bailey, 2 college guys getting to play together in summer ball.
Make the call. We'd like 2 left-handed pitchers from your school, please. And, yeah, kind of similar style to Bailey, who was just in there.
And what are the odds of that? 2 left-handed pitchers from the same college. I mean, left-handed pitchers obviously at a premium in baseball, but same school and getting to appear back-to-back. Just like the Juden Bros tonight, even though these two not related. Drew Vega swings at the first pitch, sends it in the air, and it's not going to leave the infield. A lazy pop out to the second baseman, Chandler Stocking, and Vega will finish his night 1 for 5.
Frustrating day for Drew. Struck out 3 times. There'll be better days for him and for the Sodbusters in the few days to come.
Ryan Jarvis bats. He singled in his last at-bat in the 7th. He's got a 1 for day 4 going for him. Breaking ball misses upstairs. 1 ball and no strike to the Saginaw Valley State product. Ryan definitely becoming more patient at the plate later on in the season. At the start of the season, if that pitch was anywhere near the zone, and most of the time in the zone, Jarvis was swinging. But as of the past few weeks, especially here at home, he's not been afraid to take a few pitches and work the opposing pitcher's counts. Swinging 2-0 and fouls it off. 2 balls and 1 strike to Ryan. Grounded out in the first, struck out in the third, flew out in the 5th, and singled in the 7th. But he was left stranded on the base paths in that inning. 2-1, Jarvis fouls it off again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spuds 2 outs away from extending their win streak to 21 games. 2-2 pitch from Williams. That one's hit into the air to right field. Coming on is the right fielder Bates. He makes the grab on the run, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. Sodbusters down to their last out.
Good play for Bates. Thought when it came off the bat it had a chance for Jarvis, but now Kyle Hiltbrand. Everyone trying to get a good at-bat for them, and Kyle expecting the day off, had a chance. Like to see him get in the hit parade for this Hastings Sodbuster team.
Kyle up for the 3rd time tonight. He's 0 for 1. He's walked and grounded out. Upstairs for ball 1. Stick around afterwards. We'll get our post-game thoughts from head coach Danny Weiser in his 3rd game for the Sodbusters as the new head coach. Outside for ball 2. Kyle, one of the longer drives from home to the Sodbusters here in Hastings. It's the longest trips, rather. Also chatted with Sodbuster left-hander Brendan Wabick before the game. He's going to be our Sodbuster spotlight tomorrow. He's probably got one of the longest drives that comes from North America, at least. A 30-hour drive from Canada up north.
Yeah, you drive to Oregon and then you go twice as far, basically.
That's nuts. Wabick said luckily he had grandparents halfway through in the States, so he was able to chop it up in a couple of trips and not completely tire himself out. Wabick and Sato, roommates this summer, and 2 international guys in the same household here in Hastings. Last strike for Kyle Hiltbrand. It's over the glove of the catcher who doesn't realize where it went, and Henderson finally collects it. But Delgado in no hurry to get to second base. It's a wild pitch, and the count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. If Hiltbrand can reach, Cale Jensen waits on deck. What little crowd remains at Duncan Field. Pretty quiet. Payoff pitch from Terrence Williams. Swing and a miss, strike 3, ball game over. Put it in the books, 21 in a row for the Casper Spuds, as they dominate the Hastings Sodbusters from start to finish, winning it 11-2 and improve to 31-4 on the summer season. We'll be back to recap it, and we'll tell you about the game and preview tomorrow's game after this.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein on our Sodbuster postgame show, where we recap the 11-2 loss tonight and Hastings losing their third consecutive game at home to the Casper Spuds, and they have now lost 4 out of their last 5 contests, but we figured this was due at some point. The best team in the Independence League has pretty much made everybody they played here look a little bit foolish, and that's pretty much what happened tonight. The 11-2 loss, and it's a tough pill to swallow tonight.
Yeah, just a really rough one, and you don't want to say this game was over before it began, but when Casper put up 3 in the first after they got 5 in the 10th last night, I think, okay, how much has this team got left? 3-0 in the third, kind of at least we're weathering the storm, but after the Sodbusters had a great chance to score in the third and didn't, and then gave up a 4 spot in the fourth. It was pretty much just play it out and hope you don't get embarrassed and don't get anybody hurt. Try not to use any real high-leverage guys, and that's kind of the way it went from there as Casper added on some runs. Sodbusters got a couple of consolation ones, but that's it.
Yeah, you never want to really wave in the white flag, but, I mean, at some points you just got to figure, well, let's just regroup for tomorrow and hopefully send our best guys, best arms, best bats, best players out to maybe get a salvage of the game tomorrow. Final line is Casper with 11 runs on 12 hits. And they committed 3 errors on defense. Hastings with just the 2 runs. They still scored 9 hits, though, but they left 10 on base and had 1 error. And Sodbusters, besides Alexio Delgado, not too bright of a day on offense. I mean, they scattered batters around, but just could not get the big hits when they needed it. Sure, head coach Danny Weiser would agree with that. I mean, offensively wise, he fell down 3 runs early in the first inning, but had some chances to come back, got the guys on, but just couldn't get the big hits, and just figured after a couple tough contests, maybe a night like this was due.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the offense still did pretty good, man. I thought we had some really good swings on the ball. I mean, we have 8 hits, 9 hits, something like that, so that will get it done. But we were missing just a big one, a big double or something like that. But pitchers, we got to be better. Got to limit walks. Every time that we've lost, it's been because of it, and that's what I just told them. And we're going to have to come out sharper for the rest of the series. Man, we got 4 more to go after against these guys. Obviously, pretty frustrating loss, but we're going to get back on it tomorrow.
Situational hitting, particularly in the early going. Had a chance at bases loaded, nobody out, lose a base runner. You don't score in that inning. Casper puts up a 4 spot the next, and that was just kind of the epitome of this game.
Yeah, that was definitely a blow. It just lost all of our momentum, but no doubt in that situation I was hoping for somebody to come through with a big hit, and it just didn't happen. And I just know we're going to have the right guy in that spot next time.
little bit of drama earlier on in the game. Obviously, emotions high in the series. You definitely want to beat these guys, but a couple things didn't go your way. Some of the players got heated as well. I mean, you could argue, it's not a good look for the guys, but you could also argue that it shows passion for the guys. What are your thoughts on the high emotions of tonight's game?
Oh, and we're an emotional team. We're an emotional team, and I love the passion, but I think we have to use it in a more positive way. And I think we have to take that passion and that anger and harness it onto ourselves, and we let the umpires and other outside sources become a distraction for us tonight. And it starts with me. Obviously, I have to be a little bit better and keep my cool as well. And I know Dudleson's one of our senior leaders, man, and he's an animal. And I was back all day. I don't think he said anything too wrong, to be honest with you. But regardless, we have to be better and not let that be an excuse to let it affect the rest of the dugout.
Try to look at some positive things today. A guy who's been really trying to get it going to the plate, Alexiel Delgado, 4 hits. Talk a bit about that, and that kind of opens up some options if he can swing it like that.
Yeah, and in a game like this, it's not easy to do that. When you're down a bunch and it's consistently take your at-bat with the same approach and be that type of person and not throw anything away, I'm really, really proud of how Lex played tonight. It's one of the few bright spots I think we had from tonight, and I'm very happy to see him come through like that.
So for tomorrow's game, best you can do is salvage the last game of the series. 3 guys to pitch tonight, but you kind of space them out pretty evenly. So you feel like you guys have your lineup and your bullpen set up for tomorrow for where you want it.
Yes, sir. We got plenty of arms left. We got Conlon starting us out with Cohen after, and then Wobbs will be probably closing out. But no, we've got plenty of arms left, and I'm feeling good for them. We just got to be a little bit sharper with strikes.
You mentioned tough to play in a game like this. A guy I'd like to, we kind of pointed out, Yamato Sato. Talk a little bit about him behind the plate. Doesn't seem to let anything get by him. Talk a little about the way he handles the pitches, and particularly on a night like tonight when maybe guys aren't throwing a lot of strikes, and the effort he put forth behind the plate.
Oh, I love Mato. I love Mato so much. And, back there he's a brick wall. And, it doesn't matter if we're down 10, up 10, whatever. I know I'm going to get the exact same effort out of him. Doesn't matter who's throwing, and he's going to give his max every time. And it's like a spider web out there. He's caught balls that have gone behind guys' heads. He's done some crazy stuff, and he's a terrific athlete as well. And he's just an absolute workhorse. He doesn't care if he's tired, if he's unhappy, if he's 0 for 3, he's going to give his max effort behind that dish.
Appreciate Danny coming up, especially in a tough game like this, and best of luck tomorrow. Appreciate Danny coming up, and we'll run over the final numbers here before we say goodbye for the Busters. Their 9 hits were all pretty evenly spread out, besides the 4 hits from Alexiel Delgado. 4 for 4 day, also scored a run, and 1 hit each from Drew Vega, Ryan Jarvis, Sawyer Duddleston, and Cale Jensen. Sodbuster pitching staff killed him again tonight. 9 walks, 8 strikeouts, 12 hits, 11 runs, only 7 of them earned. For Casper, they got multi-hits days from Matt Marsick, Chandler Stocking, and Chase Burke. Cody Clausius, Dylan Schlotterbeck, Maddox Henderson, and Hunter Billingsley all recording hits as well. For their 12 hits, their pitching staff was led by Ty Volmer, getting another win against the Sodbusters, going 6 1/3 innings. 8 hits, 2 runs, only 1 earned, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. And the Spud bullpen, very, very good afterwards. Like we said, Steve, tough pill to swallow tonight, but the best thing you can do is learn from it, move on, and come back tomorrow.
It's a great thing about baseball. Get a chance to play another one. Come out. What are you doing here? You're here to play summer baseball, and you get another chance at the best team in the league, and hopefully come out and salvage one, and then hit the road and play these guys 3 times in the Mountain Time Zone.
So exciting. At a gorgeous Duncan Field, couldn't ask for a better ballpark or just a better scene here for the Sodbusters in this summer, and just the field they play at, and obviously everybody involved just makes this team so great. And even though a little bit of a skid right now, it's the best team in the Independence League, and try to come back tomorrow. That'll do it for us. Thank you very much for tuning in on this fine Wednesday evening for the Sodbuster broadcast. Appreciate Mason, Noah, and Connor running the broadcast and the numbers next door. I'm Ryan Valenta, and along with Steve Sine saying good night. We'll see you same time tomorrow, 6:35 p.m. for Game 4.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer woodbat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch the